editing this part where to. Cool. All right. So make sure my mom's pop in. Good. All right. So welcome everyone. Hello to D&D TikTok and those of you on YouTube for our weekly. Are you okay, Ricardo?
I'm just fine. He does it at the start of any character.
He ruined the take. All right, take two. Hello, D&D TikTok. We use take two. Welcome, one and all. We are here live from the Hive, Macomb, Mississippi, for the weekly live play of a 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons game. I am Kenneth Moffat, aka Southern D&D, across the various platforms, be it Facebook, Twitter, Pornhub, wherever you may be.
Not one.
So,
seven fools get destroyed by a dungeon master.
So, yeah. I'm not on Pornhub, folks. I'm not. I swear I'm not. Please, Reaper, please don't drop me. I'm sorry. Speaking of Reaper, what is Reaper?
What is Reaper?
As we move right into our announcements of the evening.
Brilliant segue.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present the fine people at Reaper, maker of the amazing tools you see here behind me, the Meritus Axe, the amazing Meridian swords on the wall. They make fine tools for any kind of work, for the outdoorsman. They have boot knives, pocket knives. They just made a cleaver with a raised dragon skin handle. It is gorgeous. Cannot wait to see what other amazing products they come out, because with Reaper, no matter the adventure, they have the right tool for the job. So thank you so much to Reaper, my amazing sponsors. Please don't drop me with my bad jokes. Speaking of bad jokes,
I haven't even done anything yet.
No.
Okay.
No. But so the next person recognized is, of course, the Hive here, the amazing game store here in Macomb, Mississippi, that we run our games from. The amazing rentable roleplay room you see here. Come down. It's very, very, very quiet. There's plenty of maps and miniatures you can borrow. If you don't want to pay for a room, they have table spaces free. But yes, so the Hive here in Macomb, Mississippi. This is probably this place is amazing. I love it so very, very much. And now, speaking of things that I love, see, there's a positive segue. We will throw it now
to Reaper.
To Reaper. No, we will throw it now to two of the greatest geeks I've ever met. Ladies and gentlemen, the geeks of Fleet Street.
Aha.
That's a different group entirely. Geeks of Fleet Street, my
fuck off!
Fuck off with the Fleet Street geeks. Anyway, so a couple of announcements, because there's a lot of things happening. So tomorrow you'll get our release of our next episode of the podcast, which will be on The Last Unicorn.
Amazing movie.
And one of the big news is that will be the last one, last movie at least. Because we are making transitions into different types of content. If you've been following our Discord, which there is one, we've been doing a countdown for that's leading up to next Friday, because we will then be doing our first visual content, which will be reactions for Netflix's The Sandman, which will be the first of many, as we will also in the coming weeks be doing reactions for House of the Dragon, Rings of Power, Cobra Kai, She-Hulk, a bunch of shows that are going to be coming out.
Now,
and
for those who are unfamiliar, which Sandman is this?
This is Neil Gaiman's
The
Sandman.
Neil Gaiman Sandman.
Neil Gaiman's Sandman Chronicles.
It's the Flint Marco series that with Thomas Hayden Church.
The fact you know that, take a point of inspiration,
we
sir.
love it. Anyway, but thank you. But with all this content coming out, we'll still have the podcast, but the podcast is going to change a little bit. It is mainly going to focus on us talking just on a variety of topics.
Whether it's news within the geek culture, whether it's going to be just random subjects, who knows?
Yeah, if you just like geeks talking about geek stuff, that's kind of what the podcast is going to be transferring to. And we got like a new logo and stuff. It's a lot of cool stuff. And our Patreon now has 3 tiers: $1, $5, and $10. All those are in my link tree of my newly titled TikTok Fleet Street Geeks. So just go to Fleet Street Geeks on TikTok and you can find all the information in the link tree. But a lot of stuff is coming, so get excited.
Oh, yeah.
Look, folks, these guys are great. I love their content. They are very knowledgeable about nerddom as a whole, and very insightful. And for the final time, I am the knick-knack paddywhack.
That's what it sounded like.
It does. That
Sounds okay.
Speaking of,
sounds like the Nick Paddywhack. Sorry.
also speaking of news within nerd culture, for those of you who don't know, a kind of a sad note. Lieutenant Uhura herself, Nichelle Nichols, passed away today at 89 years old. Still a titan of a figure within the nerd community, and an amazing individual. I still love watching the roast of William Shatner just because she's great. I love it so much. Thoughts and prayers with her families and the great community of Star Trek that she helped to foster. Thank you so much, Miss Nichols, wherever you may be. So, with that somber notes, anything else for the evening? We have the amazing folks at Reaper, the wonderful people here at the Hive, and the greatest geeks that live on Fleet Street. With that, I think we are set to go into our game. So, for those of you who are new to this group, a round of introductions, starting this time on my right. Kick us off, Mr. Ricky.
My name is Ricky. I'm playing Finnegan Tenderfoot, the halfling wizard rogue.
I am Ben. I am playing Rikara, the Emerald Dragonborn, Divine Soul Sorcerer, Samurai Fighter. There we go.
There you go.
An all-around lovable miscreant.
Adopted father of 5, actually.
Yeah.
Five.
Four.
Two of our
Sam's always with me. That's what it was.
All right.
I am Jeff. Will be playing Grim, the half-orc barbarian.
I'm Beck. I am playing Finrail, the half-elf ranger druid. That can't count, apparently.
I'm Michael. I'm playing Nathaniel, the warlock rogue.
I'm Seth, and I'm playing Kieran, the halfling ranger fighter.
Hi, I'm Derek, and I'm playing in a box.
I'm the man in the box.
Except, I am playing Sondrin, our drow cleric.
And I am Kenneth, aka Southern D&D, across the actual platforms that I stream upon. Whether you're joining us here via D&D TikTok or through the power of YouTube, thank you all so very, very much for joining us, as I am the game master, the creator of this amazing world. I like to think I've done a pretty good job with it so far. The world of Faeterra, where these 7 unlikely but needed heroes have made their mark. So, with that, a quick overview of what happened in the last session.
You went shopping.
You went shopping!
That's true.
I did
That's
That
fair.
went over it.
I did some stupid stuff in a graveyard.
That's usual.
So,
The graveyard part's
It's not the first time that it's happened.
It's not the
If we
first
had a
time.
nickel for every time it happened.
you'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but that's
It's
still.
weird that happened twice, right?
So,
And it's the same
actually,
graveyard.
so what happened in the last session was there was a decent shopping episode. However, after uncovering an amulet for the usurper god Skerix, the trio of Montel, Sorndrin, I believe it was Finnegan, the 3 of you returning to the mausoleum in the graveyard, heading downstairs, and then almost reluctantly, but allowing the power of his new patron to be revealed. Our dear now named Nathaniel, the warlock, laid the amulet upon this altar of obsidian and received a new gift for it. A ring that apparently lets him breathe hellfire a few times a day.
It's a spicy meatball.
It's a spicy meatball. After which, there was very clearly a need to extricate yourselves quickly. For Sondrin, you fully realized exactly who his patron is His patron being Athmanox, the usurper god of death. A conversation, pretty sure in the works between our two death boys. Finnegan, after returning to the state, you receiving the information that effectively your mother, having been taken and absconded with the Broken Tusk Isles, locked yourself in your room with several vials of wine and various alcohols.
I think that was the night before.
The night before?
Yeah, we went to the cemetery.
The night after, that's right.
The next morning.
Yeah.
So,
You're drunk and harassed the guard.
They met us at the shop.
Yeah.
correct. I'm sorry, folks. Normally I try to rewatch the previous episode. For some reason, last episode won't load. I don't know what's going on with my phone. Anyway, but I think the one of the big moments of that entire
Exactly.
Exactly.
Sometimes I feel like that too.
Yeah.
Let's try that one again.
English mother tongue.
Apparently not. The biggest part of the episode was finally the meeting with the Natural Ones and members of the Council of Port Blayven, namely the now City Marshal Hemlock,
So interesting.
Council Member Halifar, and the half-orc Council Member Hendat, because I love apparently using H-letter names.
Triple H. Degeneration X. Degeneration.
After some information was passed back and forth, the discovering after they left, the 70 talking about a way, the quickest way to move to Broken Tusk Isle. I believe that you decided you were going to wait for Captain Eleanor of the now formerly known, the ship now known as the Wyvern's Rest. She was a few hours out. And forgive me, I'm kidding.
I didn't have the best sleep.
Yes,
I did not have the best sleep.
During the
Just
night,
saying.
an avatar of Ebron, that shadowy figure accosting Grim, and almost playing out the worst memory of your life, but making it even worse in a way.
Yeah.
Before your friends burst into the room, destroying this wraith and pulling you out of a very, very rough sleep.
In a very interesting way. I got banished.
Yeah.
Guys, have you ever been banished? Have you ever been-
Where did you
And
go?
I don't know.
So yeah. With
I've
that,
seen some shit.
also now, thanks to your cleric, Sorndrin, the area of the dining hall, now you can understand the Dragonborn. You don't have to speak Draconic.
Very
The-
nice.
the
Can't
Dragonborn-
understand anybody.
You can understand anybody, yeah.
I still can't understand Montel.
I don't have to be, but
Your name.
So,
If that is your
Montel Nathaniel. That's what I call him. Montel Nathaniel.
I'm telling that. So, with that, as we now return, there we go, to the estate of the Natural Ones. Still a couple hours before the Wyvern's Rest will make berth at the main garrison tower. You have procured a babysitter for the hatchlings, which kind of started a lot of this interesting drama.
Yeah.
We have not informed him that it's been resolved, though, have we?
No.
Well,
I'm
Well-
keeping milking that.
Yeah.
He's apologized at least 4 times.
Yes, our dear halfling rogue, I should say brogue, actually, the halfling ranger.
he does speak with an Irish brogue, by the way.
Actually going out
Gotcha,
and
buddy.
going out and kind of, tempering the water a little bit, making sure everything was okay.
It went by far smoother than I thought it would ever go.
Yeah. So, we cut now to the Natural Ones. Like I said, a couple hours before the Wyvern's Rest is supposed to make port. What are y'all doing at this point?
We go shopping. No.
Grim is dead. He's on the floor.
I inherit his things.
Donnie immediately.
Turns out Grim put a life insurance policy on himself.
Well,
What do you mean Grim did it? Montel likely did it.
can we just say we did that thing we discussed over chat? Just
Yes.
So we don't have to.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right. Cool.
Huh?
No, that's fine.
Don't look at me. I don't know what the fuck he did.
I was doing things.
I
I don't know if this was in the chat that I was looking at.
I go and write my letter that I forgot to send to you, so I will do so in a little while.
Okay, good.
And then get that sent off.
Got you.
See, I'm not the only one who forgets to write letters.
Do we have like a training?
No, you wrote.
Oh,
Got to send
Yes, we
it.
have a trade.
what do you? I'm going there.
See, I still forgot to send it though.
I've been drunk and away.
And it's
Away,
like-
away, yes, away.
Mentally.
And it does exactly what it says it does. It'll open, roar, the little flame, and everything. Yeah.
How much?
It's rather cute.
On that, the intricacy of it, about 20 gold pieces.
I'll give him 50.
Perfect.
Nice little 150% tip there.
Since
We're
when
so
did you
rich.
become the treasurer? Anyway.
Easy, Laura.
Money.
So,
Were Dragborn running around, or I think?
at this point, a little bit later afternoon, so they're actually back in the dining room having a lunch as they were out with you. All of them now having piles of toys, or even like massive stuffed animal. The youngest one, Gola, has a almost life-size stuffed wyvern, or I'm sorry, drake. That is, she just kind of like laid up against eating. It's actually green.
It makes me smile.
Just this little green, like life-size stuffed drake that she's just kind of laid against, eating her sandwich, just kind of smiling up at you. Because you gave them each a platinum to go buy toys.
Happy
Of
uncle.
course, of course.
Happy uncle.
Is Rizza?
Rizza, she's currently in the kitchen, like putting up the sandwich
Like
stuff.
cool
I need
kid. Looking
I'll
like
go
cool
talk to
kids.
her about something.
They're sunny
As
D's.
you, as you walk in, and she, Riccara, everything okay?
I don't know if you've heard, but we'll be leaving here pretty shortly for an extended period of time.
Yes, I actually wanted to talk to you about that. I understand that it's my job to watch the children, but this house is kind of large for me to tend to work, look after myself. I don't suppose you could, in the few hours or so, maybe go hire like a butler or a housekeeper of some kind to help out, or.
I can work on that. Yes, of course. And how much do you think you will be needing for expenses?
You see, you kind of quickly figure, how long are you going to be gone?
I don't know. Maybe a month, 2 months. I'm not sure.
Oh wow. Let's see.
Here's 10.
Oh.
And more.
That'll okay.
Does that cover her health insurance? We have to provide at least dental.
Finn just wheezes in his room for no known reason.
You okay? Okay. Pat.
That's for your I won't say allowance. Pay. Yeah, pay.
Pay.
And
Get
anything that
Per diem.
Per
Yes,
diem,
yes,
anything
yes.
the house may need or the kids may need.
Got you.
Anything
Okay,
like
of course,
that.
of course.
Should play 10 platinum a month. Jesus. Jesus.
And I suppose I need to go find a butler now.
I mean, you essentially just gave her 1,000 gold. That's.
I know.
Right. And she'll give change.
You're not there.
I'm everywhere.
I'm there and I'm just watching
All right.
this
I'm down
with
in
a
the
cup
training
of
room.
tea.
All right, so you don't. So okay. Karen, down in the training room. What are you doing?
I'm just testing out my new stuff.
Okay.
Just seeing how it feels, and trying a bit of a sword by itself, dagger by itself,
Combination.
Sword, dagger.
Okay.
bow.
All right.
Do I also with the bow? It wasn't written, but whatever damage I select, am I?
No, you're not resistant. to
Okay,
that.
so I can just choose which
Yeah.
I want to age long rest.
Yes.
Cool.
Also, that is when you first get it. Basically, so what is you want to tune it to a certain damage type? Which one you would like to use it for?
Oh, I don't. And that's on each long rest. It
Yeah,
changes?
I'm gonna say you can go ahead and just
Um,
when you first picked it up, you'd already had one chosen? I'll just let you choose which one it was.
Instinctually, I'm gonna choose fire
Okay.
because Finnegan will probably burn me to death, accidentally. So,
Just such an accident.
I'll just fight fire with fire.
Also, you do notice, by the way, like that first time you kind of hold it, you pull back, you actually see a magical arrow kind of start to form, and that's when you realize that you don't have to have ammunition to. It'll actually create its own ammo when you fire it.
Fantastic. Fuck this shit. I go pick him up.
No, you throw the arrows down. He goes, picks them up, brings them back, just sits.
And then I'm just gonna keep
Yeah.
going
All right.
at it.
Finnegan, what are you currently doing?
Going to Haggerty's.
Going to Haggerty's.
That's where I'm going.
All right, two, you go to Haggerty's.
I guess we go together.
If you want to come to me last with that,
Nathaniel, what are you doing?
I'm just relaxing.
I mean, you have to after being struck by lightning.
Wait, what?
The camera's not on Nathaniel, so he doesn't know. Put his camera a little more that way, will you?
No, heard struck by lightning. That's why I said I feel like I'm being called out. What happened?
Yeah, actually, he's been struck by lightning twice, right?
Yeah.
So, Nathaniel, what do you do?
Wait your
I
hair.
love you, buddy.
I'm just kind of in, probably just drinking.
You back on top of your roof again?
No, I'm sitting on the counter.
Sit on the counter, so good. So you're
Fucking
done.
weird. He's not drinking coffee.
All right.
Hey, I either live on the roof or on the counter.
Fair enough. Graham, what are you doing?
Well, the kids are having dinner. I'm the one making it.
Well, no, they made it at lunch. Just originally we made like sandwiches for them.
Oh. Okay.
That's just the letter that you write out.
Gotcha.
Let's see. In which case, he's probably kind of just hanging out and waiting to get on the boat.
Okay.
Are you having a
honestly.
glass of tea with
What
me?
room are you kind of hanging out in? Because there are several rooms in this mansion I don't think y'all actually like explored and looked in yet.
That's true. He's actually going to be a bit of a curious person and start looking through the different rooms we just haven't looked in yet.
Roll me an investigation check.
Holy shit! An arcade!
It's got Street Fighter! Oh god, that's not good. Well, I got a 3. I got a 3.
Okay. You're kind of walking through on the so you'd be on the north side. That one of the wings you're kind of looking through. You open a door and step in. You see this is maybe like some sort of like a music kind of room. You see where it'd be like risers and you see old like dented instruments, none of which are playable. A small stage. You shut that door. You walk to the next door open. It's very small, like little broom cupboard. Only goes about like 3 feet back. As you close it, and what's your passive perception?
My passive perception is a 14.
14. Okay, that'll work. As you're looking at the little small broom cupboard, as you kind of go to close it, you stop for a second. You look back in it. As you walk back to the music, you kind of look at it. The way the room is designed is there's a wall that lines up with the front. Basically, there is as a little bit back as that room cupboard goes. It looks like, as you check through the other room, you realize that it's like there's empty space back behind that room cupboard. So on a 14, as you kind of look back and start like moving against it, you suddenly feel that back wall press forward, and you can feel it start to you can slide it.
Guys, I found an audio.
So as you slide that back wall open,
Just over the rain.
you step into a room of roughly this size. In one corner, a large ancient cauldron turned on its side, full of dust and cobwebs. A shelf on one side with several various books. It looks to be like old dried ingredients. You see a large circular table with runes carved into it. Looks to be almost some sort of exactly.
I
Yeah.
see these things.
Essentially, yeah. It's the hidden alchemy. It looks to be some sort of alchemy room.
There might be quite a few people in our company might not want to know about this.
Roll me another perception check.
Perception. All right, here we go. So much better than investigation, especially since I rolled that high. Dirty 20.
As you turn to leave, a bottle, the only closed intact bottle, catches your eye. It is sitting on a high shelf. And as you stare at it, you swear you see lightning dancing inside of this bottle.
Someone caught lightning in a bottle.
It's probably about the size of like this size. You kind of take it down and look at it. You can feel almost like static electricity running, and you feel the hair on the back of your hands stand up.
Oh, this feels weird. Stick my head out in the hall. Hey guys, I found some.
I'll go find him.
Hey,
Because I think I would be.
Like you all hear his voice booming through the hallway.
hey guys.
I don't hear shit.
Yeah,
He's in the basement.
that's where you're on a different floor.
I'm so cool.
So, Nathaniel, Fan, are you also?
I will set my writing utensils down and
Okay.
return to my letter.
All
For
right.
the go investigate.
So, the two of you are stopped at. You see it like the first. It's like about the door opens about it looks about a 4 foot by 4 foot room. So broom cover, but apparently it had a hidden back. And you step into an ancient, this old like it looked like an alchemy or just some sort of potions room. It hasn't been used in years, if not decades.
Look at this cool shit. You can make potions back here. I found one.
Like you can tell, especially on you with your kind of being the ranger, you know most of these ingredients are like old and they're decayed, no longer good. But yeah, apparently he found one potion.
I have no idea what it is, but there's little lightning bolts in there. And it feels weird when you hold it. Here,
Nature
try.
or Arcana check to see if you know what it is.
Your arm stretches far. Get to the car. Walking to hackers. What the fuck?
4.
Who knew Grim was Reed Richards?
Apparently,
We shall share.
apparently I left all my dice in my room when I exited.
Oh no.
14.
14. Montel, you're not 100%, but you have seen similar potions. You're pretty sure this is a potion of giant strength, or you don't know which one.
Does the electricity not get
Nope,
that?
on 14 it does not.
Nope, Tony doesn't give it away.
Obviously snow.
But still,
Fool.
it looks really cool though.
It's probably heal check.
Hills
You
are
know
alive with
what?
lightning.
I mean, we have it.
We should let
Finnegan.
Tara and Finnegan know what's in here.
Yeah, they probably love it in here.
Have you seen either of them making potions before?
No, but
Car, Finnegan comes.
they're magic
Moral
people. They might
pestle
want
up.
to do it.
Hey, pass them.
We'll see.
I mean, no offense, you being a magic folk.
I'm not that kind of magic.
So, while it's happening, Sorndern, where are you at?
I guess I was up eating, but I'm gonna tell Gala that if she can and wants to, I want to have a conversation with her when she's finished, and I'm gonna head down to the basement. You know, set up a few things, mainly find a vase, flour.
Okay. You watch as she kind of nods as she's almost finished with her sandwich. You step out of step into the basement or toward the basement, just as you hear the "Hey guys, I found something!" As the Grimm's voice echoes out through the manor. So you make your way down to the basement area, and a few minutes later, you hear the door open, followed by a thump, 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 thump. You look up to see Gala, and she looks to be trying to drag something, and you can tell she's trying to drag that large stuffed drake down the stairs. You watch finally
Helper.
she gives one massive tug, and then her and the Drake, the stuffed animal, just got like fall like three steps down, and she's just like no. She lands on it so that she doesn't get hurt, but she just kind of looks up at you and goes, "Hi."
So, I've already told you have free reign down here. If you want to do the meditation stuff, that's perfectly fine. My question for you is, I know you're young. Do you have any idea what you want to do later on in life? I know she's 4. It's a weird
Talk about pressure.
She just kind of I really don't know. I mean, no, not really.
I want to be a dragon accountant.
Okay.
I want to be a dragon.
Well,
You are a dragon. You have wings, Ricardo.
That stay on.
we're about to go for a while. We've made sure that. What's her name, Raza?
Raza, yeah.
Raza's gonna be here to take care of y'all, but when we come back, if y'all want to stay here, that is still perfectly fine with us. If y'all want to go back to Krillon, that's fine. Well,
You
then I
Right
just
now is an Airbnb.
didn't know if any this are the kids,
Yeah.
or y'all and the other kids all.
when you ask her that, she looks at you and goes, "What about Elrond?" You see her kind of stand up, and then like she kind of picks the head of the life-size drake and goes, "Can he stay too?" What'd you say?
He's still saying it.
Yes.
He like died.
No.
I figured.
Yeah, I did. Now, if you're gonna be coming down here, I do ask. I want you to do something for me.
Okay.
This flower is very special, so can you water it for me while I'm gone?
You see her kind of look at the little flower and goes, "I can do that."
Now, when you come down here, if any of the others come down here with you, that's fine. Just be careful, and if y'all are down here, you're in charge.
Got it. Seriously, this she maybe is all of 3'6", but she like pulls herself up to her full height and just nods her head very proudly.
And then I'm gonna take my old shield and I'm gonna say this is something very special too. So when you're meditating, I want you to think on this, because this is one of the most important things to me. Because with it, it keeps me safe, keep everyone else safe.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to try something fun while you're down here meditating, see if you can make it do this. And I'm gonna cast light on the shield.
When you cast light, her eyes go wide. She just, oh.
I'm not saying you're going to get it immediately. You may not be able to. That may not be something you can do. But if it's you want to try it,
She goes, "Yeah,
I'm all for it.
yeah,
Come back. I'll be glad to teach you anything else.
okay."
Now go have fun. And if Elrond needs to stay down here for a little while to rest, that's fine.
You see her. She walks back, goes to grab it, and just kind of looks and goes, "Yeah, he needs to rest." And she just kind of turns and she kind of looks back, gives you a wave, and starts to clamber up the stairs back to the main part of the house.
I'm not crying. You're crying.
Okay. So, with that, we cut now to Riccara and Finnegan. The two of you walking briskly. Like I said, toward the latter part of the afternoon now, so approaching 2-3 o'clock. The sun's starting to dip into the western part of the sky. It's winter, so snow's on the ground. Your breath is, steaming in the air. A lot of the various farmers markets are closed down for the season. There are still a few out that sell the more winter seasonal things, like you're starting to see the last room is like the pumpkins and such, flowers of poinsettias. Actually, there's a couple of there's actually is a merchant selling a few bushels of the ghost apples, the icy apples from the north near Ironhaven. So as the two of you walk, what are you talking about? You want to see anything, or just head straight for Haggerty's?
I'm just going straight to Haggerty.
Okay.
I'll go straight with him. We're on business.
All right. As you approach Haggerty's, the smell of cinnamon, of apple pies, of spiced mead, salted pork over a fire hits your nose. The door opens to pleasant music, to warm fires, and to even a warmer atmosphere. As you step in, Haggerty says, lads, welcome. What can I do for y'all today?
For business.
Uh,
I don't know what he needs, but
well,
Me.
Mead.
need.
I think we can do that, lad. So if you would like to head back to the one of the private rooms, I'll bring your mead. You want anything, Riccara?
Nah, I'm just going to talk to you about some.
Very
I
well.
was just going to sit out by the fire. And,
Oh, well, then he'll bring you the meat. You can just sit by the fire and drink. As Riccara, the two of you go to a small corner booth. As he sets down a couple of drinks, boiled peanuts.
Boiled peanuts.
So, Raza,
Rasa.
yeah, she hired her. She's a good match for the hatchlings. But it's a large estate that we've inherited or give to us, and she requests that we try to find someone else, like butler, house. She's you're not there.
Housekeeping.
Groundsman, somebody to help out around the house while she takes care of that.
It's actually funny you're mentioning that, lad. I received a messenger bird from Eleanor. Actually, about 30 minutes ago. They are on final approach now into Port Blayven. Should be docked within the hour. Apparently, Samantha wishes to depart. She has some, not experiments per se, but some projects she wants to work on, and feels better, doing them on terra firma. And was wondering if I perhaps knew of anyone here within Port Blayven that she could procure a room for him, or even she was willing to do some work to. I mean, that girl's as brilliant as her father, so I mean, I would see no issue with her helping out.
Really?
Really?
Yeah. Okay. I'll go. Yeah, we'll go talk to her. Yeah, that's fine. Thank you. Yeah.
No problem. Is that it, lad?
That's it. That's
Really?
We're fine. We're fine.
So you kind of goes, Ricardo, hang on. I want to talk to you. What are you doing? It's reached my ears that your group has been gathering things, planning for an excursion. You're going to use Eleanor's ship again. What exactly? Are you heading back to Ilthalas, or?
Finnegan's mother was captured and taken to Broken Tusk Isles for something bad.
Oh.
And
So you kind of glance over his shoulder back at Finnegan sitting by the fire, sipping on mead, a large container of it beside you. I'm sorry to hear that. I know what it's like to lose a mother. It's not something I would wish on anyone.
I agree. I know that.
If there's anything I can do, please don't hesitate to ask.
Maybe just help keep out an eye on the estate, the hatchlings.
2 of them, and as often as I can spare.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
So, whatever you do up there, Ricardo, be smart and be careful. Don't do anything stupid.
That's not me.
Get yourself killed.
That's not me.
That last part's for Monta. I'm sorry, for Nathaniel.
Of course.
So his name's actually, what is his last name? Do you know it?
It changes
Dumbass.
every day.
Duma.
Whatever it is, just tell him, make better choices with it,
Make better
please.
choices. I agree. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
With that, he just kind of chuckles his stands up and goes, if you need any provisions or anything, let me know. I'll be gladly to send them along.
I think we have enough provisions for now, but I appreciate it. So, I will
Okay.
shake hands and go.
Just kind of nods and heads back, continuing his business. So, Finnegan, past 15, 20 minutes just been used sitting by the fireplace.
Yep. That's it.
That's it? Drinking, okay.
So a bowl of soup.
A bowl of thick broth beef stew is brought out to you. It's quite good, quite filling. There's a piece of bread to go with it. Soup. And it's actually Ambria, the Lodrin female, as she says, goes, "Oh, just put this on your tab with everything else."
Okay.
She goes and just kind of walks back. You see her actually pull out a piece of paper and kind of write. See her pull out like a small notebook. Flip. Flip. Flip.
I feel like that could literally just be all our own tabs.
That's what it is!
We have one hell of a
We have
tab.
a paper tab?
Yep. To be fair, you've been dead, so.
My dad just went away. I like this place.
Right, so, the two of you still at the Grey Oak Tavern. Kieran, after finishing your workout, where are you going to go after you finish?
After that, I'm gonna go grab myself a Lunchable.
All right. As you step into the kitchen, you catch the, no pun intended, the tail end of the hatchlings as they kind of run up to their rooms. Roll me a perception check.
Ooh, that check.
Have you that kind of ranger?
My
Perception.
perception's pretty good. That's cocked. My perception's not that great right now. That's gonna be a 9. 9.
Yeah.
So as you just kind of step into, you actually eventually get out the sandwich stuff that she'd left.
Dear God! A dust bunny.
So as you're eating, you turn and look out the window. You're kind of taken aback because you have never seen this before. You recognize a sky ship, but they're not very common. There's only 12 in the world of Faeterra, 7 of which are owned and used by the trade lords of Nirakesh. Then you have 3 that are used, which are the large galleon-style ones, the warships that are used by the Dragonborns in Kralot. There are 2. One you see here, and then one that is unaccounted for. It was lost roughly 50, 60 years ago, and no one knew what became of it.
Spooky.
But yeah, you watch as this is not it'd be about the size of like a caravel-sized ship. On the front, this large wooden wyvern head, immaculately carved, like almost lifelike, with its wings kind of pulled back. As it just slowly begins to come in, you see it as it banks kind of close, dipping down like less than 10 feet above your house. The manor actually kind of shaking as the weirstones rumble over it. All of you feeling the house start to shake before it kind of picks back up and turns to the main garrison tower.
Hey, be quiet about this.
Wasn't me.
I didn't cause this. That's why.
What's your
Get the light up on the
My
cat.
passive perception?
Yeah.
16.
16. As you go to bite into your sandwich, the ham is seriously gone. But you hear Donnie.
Fuck off, bitch.
So yeah, the audible and slight tremble of the house. You hear the children kind of squealing as they rush to the various balconies and see the large airship kind of banking.
Stop screaming.
They stop screaming. So what is whoever is at the house? What are you doing when you feel you hear the kind of
Is my
trembling?
letter finished?
Hmm?
Is my letter finished?
Yes.
Go investigate.
Uh,
I might get paid again.
So, actually, because you were in your room, there is a kind of a small balcony. As you open the large window and step out, you see instantly and recognize the Wyvern's Rest. And roll me a perception check.
19?
Out of 19, you see several familiar figures, including a small, gnomish figure having tied herself to the rail. And they're kind of laughing as the ship banks like that, waving down the house. You see a familiar half-orc female as Captain Eleanor swings the wheel back around, the ship levels out, and continues back toward the large garrison tower.
Captain on deck.
Oh, I recognize these people.
You're like, damn it, I can't extort money from Montel.
Never mind, not getting paid. The ship is here.
Oh, that's good. I thought we were having another dragon attack. We're gonna have to save everybody.
Question about the ring. In order to activate them, do you have to be in humanoid form? Or
Which
is
ones?
your
The
polymorph-
telepath ring?
Yeah, the one to talk amongst the party.
No, they're a magic item, and they're attuned to each other. So if you wild shape, the ring will adjust to fit your size, and you can still.
That was precisely my question, thank you.
Turn you into a cat. The room's your collar.
Little hamster with an earpiece. Like a G-force. but-
She's got a leg tap.
Anybody?
Oh my god.
G-Force was a good movie. It was a terrible movie. I loved it.
This is awful. I love it.
Yeah.
It's awful.
So,
That's my life.
but yeah,
This is awful.
Captain Eleanor and the Wyvern's Rest have returned.
Ah.
Where are they going to dock?
They're heading to the main garrison tower, which is kind of over the council district in the center.
Well, start grabbing me things.
Last call. Let's move up.
What Skynet said.
Like on for us.
You just put your hand up to your ear. Sondrin, I can't hear you. What?
Is everyone here?
Yeah.
No.
So, as you two finish and step out into the city, you also see the Wyvern's Rest. It easily recognizable because that massive Wyvern masthead or figurehead slowly moving up and docking into the large main tower of the main garrison. From where you're at, it's about equal distance, so about at most hour and a half walk, slow-paced walk to that tower. Because the city of Port Blayven is only about at most 10 miles at its widest, so not a massive city. Not the largest city in the world is the 30-mile long city of Nirakesh. So Port Blayven, while a large city, is not the biggest.
Alright.
You got all your stuff?
Grim does want to have a little bit of a talk with Uruk.
Sorry, 5 miles at its widest. 5
That's
miles.
what I was about to ask
There you
you.
Oh.
Tell Drain what's
I will erase this note then.
Drop.
Perfect timing.
As you go to leave,
Okay, we have relationship right
as you kind of reach the door, you feel a familiar warm hand on your shoulder.
Start the synchronize.
Hang on a second there, lad. You turn to see Haggerty standing there with a large, looks like a wine, like a wine skin. He goes, "Take care, lad." As he hands you the wine skin.
Slosh.
It's like moving a water.
Yeah, it's only like that.
with
All
the
right.
water
We
test
said
with
large.
water in
Yeah,
it.
but his size.
That's fair. He is. He's small. So, I'm going to say that all of you, as you pack your stuff for car, they want to grab the stuff you and fitting in packed.
Since the other halfway.
Carry my stuff around.
Okay, Gary, so
What you
we-
trying to say?
the 7 of you will meet up at the base of the main garrison tower, and see standing there City Marshal Hemlock, Eleanor, and a familiar gnomish figure of Samantha Ding. She has like several large bags at her side and kind of a rucksack on her back. You see she's got a crumpled piece of paper in her hand, as kind of three of them kind of talking and laughing. And it's Hemlock who sees the 7 of you, just kind of raises a hand in greeting as you approach. Eleanor goes, "Well, it's nice to see all of you again. Even you, Kieran. I have been kept appraised of what happened. You actually would have known this person in passing, because she is Haggerty's kind of adopted daughter.
Ellie!
She just kind of smiles. I'm sorry we never got really to know each other before your.
Oh, with everything Haggerty said about you, it feels like I've known you for ages.
Thank you, Kieran. You can tell she's a little off-put by the risen halfling.
Boom!
It's like Sam and Hemlock just kind of glancing back before she goes. Sam goes. So I'm supposed to be someone's housekeeper. Is that what this?
Huh?
Haggerty on the way in sent a message to us.
Yeah,
Did you
can
get
you
one?
talk to the side?
Of course. She just kind of steps off to the side. She goes, look, I'm not great at cooking, but I can keep things
I
clean
mean,
up.
there are rooms we haven't found.
We have a housekeeper already.
Oh,
She's
Yeah,
mainly
I don't know
keeping
what's going on.
some adopted hatchlings that we found.
oh, so you have a nanny?
That's a good word, yes.
Oh.
Y'all go that way.
Well, as long as there's a place for me to sleep, a place I can to take care of my projects, do a little work, I don't mind looking after your estate for you.
Would y'all have told anybody of us about what you found with the thing? The
Really?
alchemy?
We
Yeah.
met it before on the way here, then yeah, we would have mentioned that.
Yeah.
Well, no, I think we met here at the base.
We actually have a small rundown alchemy room at the estate.
Honestly, I'm not much of an alchemist. Do you have like a tool shed or someplace?
You could repurpose it to whatever your needs
Oh.
may be.
Lovely, thank you. That'd be lovely.
We just need somebody to help keep watch over the place.
I will gladly keep watch over it, make sure that none of the no harm befalls any of the people who live there.
And,
There's a dragon corpse that they want you to be warned about.
Just a minute. As you say, I'm sitting here wrecking her.
And there's a pile of dragon bones in the backyard. Just don't worry about that.
No one
They're in the stable.
In the
touches
stable.
that.
In the stable. Yes.
Wait, what did you say, Derek?
Oh.
I said, it's Sam. I'm imaginary. No one's gonna mess with your stuff.
Actually, the rucksack, you do see like several large metal kind of tube-like containers poking up the top of it. Kind of shifts them a little bit.
What would you want your pay to be for about? We figure maybe a month, 2 months.
Oh well, for 2 months, say 40 gold a month.
Here's a plan.
Thank you.
I'll give her directions to the estate. And,
I saw it on
People
my-
will love working for us.
She was,
Retention should not be a problem. This is how you do it, capitalist
Hey,
America.
hey, I mean, we're paying them a good wage. They'll probably do a good job now that they don't have to worry about their basic needs.
Hinted, hinted.
They think
It doesn't count if it's paid for.
Hey, if we keep giving it away, they can't eat us because we're not rich.
Anywho.
You say that, but I keep getting more money.
Thank you.
Donnie.
She goes, is there a place I can set up a firing range?
yeah, we got a big yard. You can Just don't aim near the tree.
Oh, okay.
Big tree. Got a big tree.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, big old thing of wood. Oh, leaves on it.
Okay.
Here,
Hi, Karen. Nice to see you.
What, can I not?
No.
All right, I'm going over here.
Why is this such a private conversation?
It's like one by one, the natural ones just loop around.
Kieran.
Let's go on.
Does that make you any
Where's-
suspicious or anything that when I keep showing people away?
No, it's,
So how does this-
just kind of.
This
If
may
you don't
be
mind,
more
I'm going to go ahead and.
That's kind of fucking before you go,
Read this other side.
I'll start getting awkward.
Other
Saw this
side.
in the shop and I
Look
thought
at-
you might like, pull out the dragon.
They can
He
read that
just
too.
kind of takes it and goes, the color of this. She reaches and kind of winds it and it starts to boom and roar and a little metal flame comes out. She goes, this craftsmanship is amazing. Thank you. It's beautiful. I love it. She just kind of looking at it. Just thank you. She just kind of holds it in her hand. She goes, I'm gonna let Eleanor and Captain City Marshal Hemlock know, and I'll head to your estate immediately. She's just kind of looking back. Everyone that's not Rakara, roll perception checks.
What you got? Math. 22.
Natural one.
Perception?
Yep.
And I have 3 inspirations. I'm not going to use them
21.
because
One.
I like natural.
16.
Me and you both here
This is
together.
important.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. So,
Wait,
if
let me
you
roll for Donnie.
And Sorndred says he's got.
Holy fucking shit!
you're on that 20.
Donnie rolled a natural 20!
Johnny knows what's going on better than you.
Johnny's like,
you
Still
roll.
got a 7. so
Wait, you're a halfling, aren't you?
You rolled a natural
You
one.
rolled.
Oh yeah! Guys, I got a natural 20! No, that one was for Donnie. 18, 24.
Alright, Spartan, what'd you roll?
24.
Okay, so if you beat a DC of 15, you all notice that that Samantha is carrying this beautiful, like, it almost looks like a bronze clockwork dragon. If you've ever seen the famous silver swan that's in the museum in England, that every hour it's a music box that moves, very realistic. You watch, she's holding it, it slowly seems to move and writhe, the wings flap, a little flame comes out, and it's like these gold fibers come out and back in. She kind of smiles and kind of chuckles at it. I was going to ask you to roll me a charisma check, but she's rolled a natural 1, so there's no need for it. She's just kind of smiling. So she kind of glances back over at Ricard, walks up to Eleanor. The two of them kind of exchange a few words. Eleanor glances to Ricard, she shakes her head. You see Hemlock just do one of these.
The 3 of us are over here doing
We're
this.
trading looks.
Question regarding
You're involved. We're trading looks.
in-game biology. What color do Emerald Dragonborn blush?
That's a fair question. It'd be like a
He's not involved.
kind of a there'd be like a reddish hue to their cheek.
Like, is it like a radioactive kryptonite that comes out?
No. It's just like it's a reddening of their cheeks.
If I'm noticing the stairs, I'm gonna start pulling stuff onto the boat.
Yeah, you just start moving up to the. Samantha and Eleanor laugh before they give each other a final hug. And Sam you see her kind of hold the dragon, and she just kind of makes her way out to the wards where your estate is. Hemlock is going to be escorting her out.
Grim would have met with Uruk before they left.
Yes.
And kind of give them like the whole, you're going to protect your
You're the man of
family
the house now.
You're the man of the house.
Where will the drugs go?
Actually, I have a gift for him.
Okay.
I give him the ironwood sword because it'd be a good intermediate weapon.
You're giving Yorok the ironwood sword.
Yep. It'll be educational.
Okay.
It'll be educational.
So after all of you have walked out of the carriage and loaded up moving, Nathaniel, you just
Only
kind
if
of
you really needed some.
you just kind of walk up and he's like, "Wow, thank you."
Only if you really needed.
Be careful. It does cut.
Hey, you rock. Want a gun? Too bad.
Yeah.
Wait, I'd like to point out, Sam could teach the kid how to shoot.
I brew
So
this.
what sort of, like, for where they grew up, asking Rosara, but also DM, what would their equivalent to, like, the typical house cat or house dog or something be?
Pseudo dragons.
Is there a beast that they would recognize as such a thing?
That's a fair question.
Are they small CR?
Actually, in my world, in the Feywilds, there are these things called, they're called, how do I pronounce it again? Dragus. They're little fungal fairy dragons. They're kind of rare outside of the Feywilds, but they do exist. There's various aspects of them. There's that's something, you know, but beast-wise, I mean, they recognize most, you know, in a normal beast, because the normal beasts do still exist on Krillon, so.
When we are telling them the goodbyes, then just to impress young children, because it's a new ability, Finn will shift into a small cat to, like, twirl around their feet and then trot out the door.
I mean, if there's such a thing as a lion drake, you'd think there'd be such a thing as a cat drake too.
There is a cat drake, but it's a dragonkin.
Oh, okay. So as you just form into a small beast, you turn one of the cat dragons. The four of them just kind of laughing and, you know, just watching you kind of play him for returning to your natural form. As all of you are now in the carriage going to leave, what are your passive the ones who are leaving from the estate, what are your passive perceptions? Not you, Montel.
14.
14.
16.
16. Swordren?
22. His is 22.
Okay.
I remember his.
Yes. You all very easily see Yorok standing there waving the ironwood sword across his back as he's just kind of waving it with the rest of the Dragonborns.
You had to give him a fucking real weapon.
We're gonna get back.
I don't know if any of them actually knew I had it, because I never used it.
We're gonna get back and it's gonna be like that scene in God of War. Where like Atreus is like killed all these elves. It's just like, oh Jesus! I'm waiting for you!
You want me to take away the gift just as you use it?
So as your carriage is leaving,
I'll be that guy.
So yeah, your carriage leaving, moving on to we fast forward back now. As all you begin to board the Wyvern's Rest.
Yep.
So as you're kind of boarding it, you see Eleanor just kind of chuckling at you, Rakara, just you realize there are plenty of places I could drop a body, right?
What are you talking about?
She kind of smiles and, well,
We all like her.
I-
Matchmaker,
She's very nice.
I'm going to let you all know something. As you kind of made it known that we were heading to some places that were not very safe. I do have one caveat for this. I have given my crew R&R until we return, which means the 7 of you get to be my crew for this journey.
Fucking shit. I wanted to sleep.
We got this.
Awesome.
There's on the crow's nest.
Before we leave,
Okay.
we go by the place where I would send this letter.
Yes, you give them go by the
I
recording
pay
guild.
to send this letter.
Go, looks could kill.
Do you have a stamp?
Here is a
Allowed to
person.
proper.
I'm back in the
I want it
Drake.
done today.
I'm back in the Drake house tonight. Jesus.
What language did you write it in?
Elvish, obviously.
There's no Elvish I've ever heard.
Well, have you ever been to Elthalas?
No, you haven't.
It's fair.
So,
Fair.
the letter is sent.
Take it.
You watch as a few of the supplies are quickly unloaded. She moves to the pilot house. She looks around and goes, anyone here know how to steer a sky ship?
No.
No. I say it's from the closeness that I brought up to.
Very much not the same thing.
Well,
What is the
like
ability
translate
that
to-
that would require?
vehicle handling.
I think
I got vehicle handling.
I think smuggler gives
Yeah.
me water vehicle
Air?
handling. And I
'Cause I
think
believe
that
there's three types
translates
of
well to
land.
this, doesn't
No,
it?
there's,
On what
yes.
basically what that would do is you would not roll this with disadvantage, but you won't add your proficiency. It would just be a straight roll.
What would?
To if you have any sort of vehicle handling, just be a straight roll. The same reason where if you can drive a car, you can drive a truck. It's kind of carries over.
But not really.
Not really. Yes.
Oh, don't try to stick. I can't do it.
No.
So it's either me or
I tried.
me or him.
Yeah,
Or do you have it?
How long of a trip is it?
I don't have it
from-
because of my class change.
So
If
from
she's-
from Port Blayven to Broken Tusk Isles, it'll be a little right over 4 days.
Okay, so I probably wouldn't consider that enough time to actually be able to learn and gain proficiency with it.
No.
Take much
Give me the manual.
Captain, I guess that will just have to be.
Very well. She goes to step back and goes, "That's two things I'm entrusted with, Ricardo.
Two things.
Don't break either one." You watch she steps back against the railing, just watches you as you step up to the wheel.
Yay.
Where are the horses?
Yeah.
I broke.
See him step up. I'm still gonna tie off like, okay.
So, Ricardo, what you're looking at is like a normal sailing wheel,
Tie off. Trust.
but on the side there looks to be two.
Just grabs her.
There are two small crystals, and you can roll me an insight. Just roll insight.
It's just.
Ricardo was in the farm.
That's
but I would have any
Time
experience
myself.
with the
Give me
sky
advantage. I'll
ship,
give you advantage. You would have ridden the sky
I'm
ship
trying to
before,
get
yeah.
anything out
Give me advantage.
This is Maverick.
That's going to be 11.
Okay. You know that triggering one of these stones gives forward propulsion. Triggering the second stone gives reverse propulsion. The actual, what's it called? I used to know these terms. The lift, to raise, and lower is actually the manipulation of the wheel itself. Then left and right rudder. So you see as Eleanor just kind of staring at you. You hear a whistle as all the moorings are released. She goes, "All right, Ricardo, take us out."
Alrighty.
Roll for vehicle handling.
You got the.
I think all.
I'm
all
attached
come
to
on,
the
you scurry
engine.
dog! I tied myself. I'm attached to the ship.
I will literally actually be praying at this point, so if I get any guidance.
I like how none of us trust our friend to drive this.
I've ridden on those before.
Yeah,
I'm
with
sorry.
the actual guy.
I'm checking on something real quick.
Okay.
Me tying off, you grabbing one, him grabbing. There is no trust on this side of the table for you to fly.
That's fine. That's fine.
You go to work.
There's no
Here's
trust
the
on
thing
any side
though,
of
is
the table.
Griff, I believe in you. That's literally it.
I scrolled back, I didn't see any. Anyway, all right. So
So he's literally like silently praying to himself. Does that count as guidance?
sure, I'll get to it.
Here you go, pump yourself up some.
14.
Okay,
He said straight roll.
straight roll. So total 14. All right. So as you kind of reach over and you trigger the second weir stone, you feel the ship lift up, slowly start to pull back.
You sure you want to be up there?
Yep.
You kind of ease on the wheel as it leans away. You hear kind of for a moment you feel that middle bow that just kind of slides across the stone.
Sorry.
Eleanor,
sorry.
you just quick kind of pull, lifts up a little bit.
Beep, 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 beep. Stop.
So you okay, and you reach and you trigger the first one, and then slowly the ship begins to. You basically you can adjust the power, so you basically give the lowest setting.
It's
The
stick
sky
shift.
ship slowly starts to move up, just has a little more power. You clear the top of the city and you just hit again.
Is there a parking lot where we can practice for a bit?
With the final, you clear the city and you're going, yes, this is great. Until Arlene's in and goes, you're heading south.
Sorry.
As you spin, you hear a loud boom, rat, and you see a seagull slowly plummeting down. The DC was 15, so I'm not gonna say you'll miss it by 1. You're still able to do it.
Okay.
It's just you killed something. I'm sorry.
Kill the waterfowl.
Dev, do not chase. Stay on the boat.
Okay.
You
All right.
said it out loud.
So with that, as you clear the ship moving at cruising speed, Edward just chuckles and goes, "Not bad, Ricard. Not bad. I'll take over." Okay.
You made it through the hard part.
Watch, she just kind of laughs. She hits a mechanism in the center after setting the course, and the wheel locks in place. She triggers one of the. Actually, it sets to autopilot. So now you just only has to be up deck to watch. You don't have to actually sit and hold it. All right. So with that, this is a 4-day journey from Port Blayven to Broken Tusk Isles. It's going to be 4 travel rolls. Nathaniel. Roll that beautiful bead footage.
Don't kill us.
17.
He didn't kill us.
You don't know that?
it's a random event. Oh shit. Oh shit.
17.
17. The first day of travel, nothing happens. As you're passing the coastline, looking down, you see a familiar lighthouse. Off the distance on the horizon is the city of Lobtra. Far to the north, you see the Cloudfine mountain range. All is well for the first day.
Whoa. Someone else do it.
Finnegan. Travel roll. Day 2.
Is Captain Eleanor actually at the steering wheel doing stuff? Or would she?
So
At the head of the ship.
So basically, during the day, basically it's a rotation. It's going to be 2 4-team rotations. 4 of you, and then 3 of you with her. So just to kind of keep things simple, we'll go Grim, Finn, Nathaniel, and Kieran, and then Sorendrin, her, Finnegan, and Ricard. So it's just a quick, basically 8-hour shifts, just kind of make sure everything's okay.
I'm just asking to see if I can get some.
Yeah, you can still
glean some information from her, watching her do it.
Yes, you can do that. That's no problem. All right.
16.
16. So nothing happens on day 2. All in all, so far, this past 2 days has been very quiet. The rations, there's hardtack, but still, this wasn't a long, grueling voyage. So there's still plenty of actually good food. You don't have to be like the last time where you basically all stayed down and just running as hard as fast as you can for health loss.
Yeah.
Day 3. Kieran.
Okay, it was fun while it lasted. Guys, it was fun while it lasted.
What'd you roll?
Straight roll.
Straight roll.
4.
Do it, Karen.
So, on a 4. Actually, what's going to happen on a 4? A storm is going to delay you by a day. So you're turning a 4-day trip into a 5-day trip, which means some things are going to happen.
We're gonna have to eat one of the crew. Where's the crew?
Okay. So,
We are the crew.
It's Sorensen first. His hearing's going.
so day 4.
That's funny.
Fenrir.
19.
Day 5, the final day. The ship is going to, the end, about halfway through the 4th day, the ship is going to descend now. You are approaching the border, the Cloudfine mountain range, the border between Stornakor and Waldweir. The ship descends down now to almost 20 feet above the ocean. moving quickly through, trying to be as quiet, as stealthy as possible. The final roll is going to be Rikara.
Oh no, what is it?
4.
Hey, buddy! Carl, we gotta turn around. I forgot something.
James, I really like that dice.
Are we there yet?
So, as the Wyvern's Rest breaks through the early morning fog bank, basically on the eve of the fifth day, being the sixth day. Try to think. No, we're currently, yeah. So at this point, it would be. Actually, no. Rikara, you would be with the other group because you're actually kind of a decent pilot. So it'd be Rikara, Grim, Finreal, and Nathaniel, and then the
Cool.
other 4. So on that roll, Rikara, you currently have the helm,
Okay.
and you were told if anything happens to come get Eleanor. She is down in her captain's quarters. Roll me a perception check.
Just for the record.
Yes.
Lightning. For the bow.
Gotcha.
I didn't want something to happen and like, hey, it's changed and roll one of those.
I'm gonna burn the meta magic.
Okay.
I'm gonna use inspiration. That's the same freaking roll. Oh my
Oh
god!
my god!
6, 6, 6.
Oh my god!
Yep. Yeah.
So the Iron Maiden starts
You stay
pointing.
there.
Rikara,
Shame.
as you're at the helm, for a moment you think you hear something. And then suddenly, I need everyone to roll me dexterity saving throws.
Shit.
As something slammed into the side of the Wyvern's Rest.
Alright, here we go. Oh god. I will keep it that way just to see what happens.
Okay.
19.
19. 11.
The 71?
Yes, roll for 7 as well.
13.
13.
If Corinne is on the ship, would she need
No,
anything?
she's not. She'll be with you. 3.
16.
16.
Fuck! I rolled 3 5s!
5.
Seven out
Sword.
of 9.
So, that's, 14.
9. Okay.
Does Hootie need to roll?
No, he's falling up there. But again, he's
I think
So
she said
14
19.
total for me, 11 for Donnie.
okay. All right. So
Fucking fall and break my neck.
if you do not meet a DC, the DC was 13. If you failed it, you were taking 8 points of force damage. If you succeeded, you only take 4 points of force damage. As you were all slammed out of bed onto the floor,
What was the DC?
was 13.
If you made it, you beat it.
If you beat it, you beat it.
Can I get the purple marker?
Yes, I'll get you the purple one. So,
What was the damage number?
Damage is
the ones on deck.
If you cast with 8?
Pass it 4.
Yeah. So all of you who are currently on deck, you see a large plume of smoke start to erupt out of the port starboard. I'm sorry, yeah, the bow starboard side of the ship.
I was going to say port starboard.
Sorry,
You're
yeah.
right. You're right.
The entire
Starport.
Bow.
The east-western
So
side.
it's bow port. Okay. So on the port bow side of the ship,
Yeah.
as like a column of smoke begins to lift up. So the three of you who are underneath the deck, you see a large ballista bolt has slammed into the side. It's still kind of like the friction of passing through is starting to like smoke and invert a little bit. Rikara, you now see as the fog pulls back, this large metal ship of angles and knives you recognize to be an orcish war barge. And you hear and the screams of orc as another large ballista head is being loaded up. Grim, you hear to your ears. Actually, Ricardo, you also speak orcish now, don't you?
I do too.
Oh, so the three of you hearing, "Bring it down, lads! We'll eat well tonight." You watch them loading this another massive ballista. You have a few seconds before this one is launched. What are you all doing?
Evasive maneuvers, if that's a thing I can do.
You can try.
Yes.
I'm gonna prepare an action for when they fire the shot to try to be able to knock it out of path with Eldritch Blast because I have 4 hits with it.
Okay. You watch as Eleanor just kind of staggers out. She's yelling, "Shit!" and she's trying to make her way up to you. As the next blast is fired.
Do I need to roll for anything?
1 second. Yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna say you took the dodge, but you're taking the dodge action, which means they have disadvantage to hit you. So that's a natural 20 and a 17 plus 5, so 22.
Now can I make my?
You can make the attempt, yeah.
So 4 tries to hit it because
Yep.
4 Eldritch Blasts.
Yep. I'm gonna set because of its moving. It's been moving an AC of 15.
Okay. So hit, and hit.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay. Roll damage.
God. So 40, 10.
40-10. That's dead.
And then this one.
You need 10?
Yeah, if you want to hold circles or if you want. Oh, okay, you're using that circle too.
So is it 40-10 total, or each one does 40-10?
Each one does 1d10. But I'm just gonna roll it all
Fair
together.
enough.
8, 13, 17.
17.
Don't you add something?
No, because I switched that so I could stay awake.
Gotcha. Okay.
No, so I could turn it into darkness.
Okay. Your blast hit true. Not enough to destroy it, but enough to move it out of the way. So, Rikara, I want you to roll me a dex save, adding +5 to the roll. This is the ship's proficient. This is the ship.
The ship is proficient.
Well, the ship's modifier.
You got any more
Did my elf eyes deceive me?
My meta magic
Got
modifier
any of them
No.
inspirations?
So you're able to turn it just enough that instead of slamming again broadside, it clips the front, shearing off the wyvern head.
No!
We're like high in the air. Some poor fisherman.
No, at this point you're only about 30, 40 feet. She dropped down to move. So,
Fishermen will still die from this.
so yeah, the head of the wyvern is now gone.
How far away are they?
We're rolling initiative. Or have we rolled initiative?
Not yet. So this is going to be a little bit different. It's not going to be true combat. It's going to be turns of action. The ship and you will have a turn, and then the orc warbarge will have a turn. So we'll start now with the wyvern's rest. What are y'all doing?
How far away are the people who are loading the bolts?
From you to the warbarge is about 100 feet this direction.
Can I see him?
Yeah, you can see it's starting at like early morning. They've got torches and everything.
Alright, if I can see anyone from up
What kind of boat is it?
in the crow's nest
Yeah.
on out, I'm going to.
Roll perception check.
Right? Let's do the blue one.
Most boats can do it from this.
That's pretty good. Perception?
Yes.
That's going
Oh,
to be
I would have asked you if you wanted.
23.
It's not a
Languages do you read?
You don't have to attend to
Do I
it.
read?
What do you read? What languages do you read?
I guess
I've got
the ones I
oak
speak,
boat
Yeah.
which
that I
is
can do
common, halfling, and
additional
orcish.
damage.
Orcish.
Yeah.
There are barrels marked caution next to that ballista.
Oh, they're very cautionary. And I'm going to focus on it.
So, because you're pinpointing an area, so we would disadvantage on the roll.
Right.
I'm going to try to hit the people who are loading the next bolt with Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Has Ella made her way?
Yeah, she is up onto the.
Has she got to the?
Yeah, she's reached and she's grabbed a hold of it. So yeah.
I'll step out and. Is everybody around and stuff?
Yeah, people are moving. It's.
Okay.
Oh no, we're fucking off
What,
that way.
I'm just asking if people are on the deck.
We fuck off that way, or that way.
Right,
We're just
right,
fucking off
I'm
into
getting
space.
to a radius thing. Would distance spell extend the radius? If that's a possible thing, or is that
No.
just a straight line?
It's more extends the range.
Yeah.
Okay. I will cast bless and hit carrying all the archers. if
Okay.
possible.
Okay.
23.
23.
You can add difficult that if you need to.
Finney, what are you doing?
Am I up top?
You know,
I'm
at this
assuming
point, at this
as
point,
soon as it.
either say you're up top, or with that large hole in the side of the hull, you step to it, you can look out.
Okay. So is it latched to the ship, or did it just puncture a hole?
It basically just slammed into it, and the friction basically heated it up, and it just is kind of sitting there smoldering. There's a slight trail of thin smoke now kind of wafting out, coming off of it.
Okay. What can I see outside from here? Like,
Very kind of dark, choppy water, this large metal and wooden barge, blood red sails, and just it's. Did you ever see the? I think it was How to Train Your Dragon 2, where the guy had the bewilder beast that he had like underwater, all those weird metal-like ships he had for catching dragons.
Mhm.
Essentially one of those.
Yeah.
okay.
A lot of cages on metal.
All right.
I need you two to roll me perception checks real quick. Wait, what you got?
Do I see people on?
Yes, there are orcs. Like,
Okay.
You two, yes.
I'm gonna choose largest concentration of orcs
Okay.
and cast fireball.
All right.
16.
All right. So casting fireball. We just everybody's trying to take this all together. Fenrir.
I am going to shoot at the. Can I see the one that gloated?
Yes.
I'm going to shoot at him.
Can I use bonus action?
No, I'm trying to get everybody's main action. We'll go
Okay.
bonuses.
Well,
So
this
you-
is applies to action.
Okay, go what you got then.
The bonus action, inspire advantage.
Yeah, cool. That's easily done.
Yeah.
So making your attack. Grim, what are you going to
You
do?
get advantage. If you
I
need.
get advantage?
Snarl menacingly.
Stronger. Okay. What were your two perceptions, by the way?
16.
16.
So-
I think it's not.
Both got 16.
Yes.
Yeah.
DC was 15. The banner that this thing is flying is of a dragon with blood red scales, and you both know what this is for various reasons. Rikara, these are members of what is called the scaled blooded, or just the blooded. This is the largest orc raiding party in the north. This was the raiding party that broke your battalion, broke your squad. This is the one that killed your friend. Grim. The individual that you faced that fateful day in the arena, he bore the tattoos, he bore the scars of the blooded. This is his clan.
Motherfucker.
And you know these. The term berserk and blood rage does not do enough to describe these orcs. They are bloodthirsty. Mercy and quarter are not words even in their ideas or understandings.
Everybody, we gotta fight on our hands.
All right, so
You want my attack and damage?
attack first.
That was 25
Yeah,
to hit
Okay,
and
20.
20 damage.
Okay, 20. Okay. So now we have the Sorner. What are you doing? Say again.
What is the ship made of?
Their ship or your ship?
Theirs.
It's basically wood and metal.
Me,
Take two.
blade barrier.
Blade barrier.
Blade.
Okay. Where are you going to put it at?
They're in front of the ship as it's traveling.
Gotcha. Basically, as they're having, they've dropped the anchor and are turning sideways. But you can put it up to where it'll stop their momentum. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
And if someone there wants to look it up, and everybody does.
All right. So we'll take these one in turn. Kieran, your arrow flies straight and true, and you chose lightning damage, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I need to make a roll for those barrels.
Barrels!
That's it. So
So I hit 2 barrels.
you hit. Basically, they have a small mangonel, a small catapult. They were about to load one of those barrels into, and you see the 2 orcs have picked it up. Your arrow goes right into that. There's a moment of the 2 of them looking at going, that's 46 apply. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Fireball, what was your damage?
What's his dexterity 16 second throw? I haven't rolled.
They really can't. It's hard to save on a ship. They'll have to jump overboard. So they're
39 damage.
39 damage. Okay. What was your damage, Fenrir?
It was 20 piercing and 3 acid.
Okay.
My Menacing Snarl did 13 damage.
So I rolled a 12, 17, 22, and 21. To hit.
Okay. So 12, 17, 22, 20. 12 won't hit. Everything else will.
Then that's 17 damage.
17 damage.
Did you need to see the blade barrier description?
Yeah, let's see Blade real quick. All 3/4 cover. This time, switch to turn. Creature makes dex save. What's your spell save, Sornin? That doesn't matter.
Bear with me a second.
I don't think an 8's going to beat it. Roll your 60-10 slashing damage.
Oh. 10, 18, 25.
So, by the way, who wants to keep track of the HP of the Wyvern's Rest?
Sure.
Okay.
You got it!
Your ship has 150 HP. Now minus 18 points of damage from that.
I have more hit points than the boat.
Would any of us know how to, in
It's
magic,
relative.
magic could repair
Could
the
I
ship?
mending could repair it?
Mending could?
Mending. So
50 damage.
50 points of damage. All right.
That is to the ship and anybody in its way.
Gotcha. All right. So, yeah, this orc war barge is looking rough. It has more HP than your ship does, but it's not as maneuverable. Oh, thank you. You do not die tonight, Montel. I mean, Nathaniel. So,
Montel Nathaniel.
I believe that's everybody else's turn there. Now we come to. Or did you roll? Did you attack or just roll for buff stuff?
I did bless and advantage.
Okay, cool. So now it's their turn. The first attack, you watch as what remains of their crew. They're going to load. This time they load a ballista. You see this large glowing kind of crystal orb in the front of it. They're going to attempt to hit. That is going to miss. You watch as the last second as Eleanor sees it. She throws the wheel. The ship kind of bucking and banking as this explosive head just, even as though it hits the water. Next is going to be, thank you, the mangonel with one of the explosive barrels. That one is going to hit.
Now, if only Grim could, like, maybe catch it and toss it back. That'd be cool, but I doubt it works.
Do it!
I mean, Grim, if you want to. It's heading for the upper deck.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's do this.
All right.
Let's rodeo. Let's do this.
Here's the thing, Graham. I'm gonna let you know.
Panic.
Okay. If you miss,
This is gonna be bad. I know.
you got 31 points of fire damage coming at you.
Ooh. Okay.
He's not raging currently. So, Graham, roll me a athletics saving throw.
Come
The
on.
DC I'm setting for this is 20.
Plus 9 in athletics. All I need is 11 or higher. Come on.
You're blessed.
That's a 17. Plus 9 in the bless. Is it D8?
D4.
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 No, I didn't bless him. I just
So you
blessed
did?
him.
Yeah.
Blessed him.
All right, Grim.
Yeah.
Why is that fun?
As this thing is arcing, you're like, oh, you leap up and basically wrap your arms around it so that when you land, it doesn't actually, the contact pressure doesn't trigger. So you just kind of like gently.
Dodgeball. You should do it back.
You got it. Roll me a. Do you have proficiency with a improvised weapon, thrown weapons?
No.
Roll me a strength-based attack, then, my friend, but don't add your proficiency to it.
Okay, so don't add proficiency to it.
Yeah.
I was expecting just damage. Alright, here we go. 19.
19 will beat their DC unless they can attempt to try to. Nope.
Same
Do
thing.
the same fuck. We're gonna hot potato this thing.
Roll me 60-10 fire damage.
60 10. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. 6.
Those are D6s.
What the fuck? Leave me alone!
What have you done?
My brain!
I'm doing more fish.
10d6 is what he was trying to roll.
4,
So that.
5, 6.
I mean, technically, no. 60-10.
Technically.
Get back here. I did not roll you.
60-10.
Let's. 29.
29. Alright, this war barge is looking rough. It's starting to list to one side. You see it taking on water. It's down to one weapon. It's barely afloat.
Dare to do it again, assholes.
Alright, so now it is y'all's turn. What are y'all doing? We'll start at this round then. Finnegan, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna stand up on the ballast, pull out a dagger,
Okay.
and I'm just going to swipe it like this,
Okay.
and I'm casting Steel Wind Strike.
Oh, alright.
So up to 5 creatures I can see. It is a roll to hit.
We can count the ship as one entity, one creature.
Okay, so 18 to hit.
18 will hit.
Okay, 16, 10 damage. 37 damage.
Watch down the sleeve and like the orcs, the few orcs remaining are rushing, trying to pump the bilge. This thing's not long for this world.
Force damage if that matters.
Force damage, all right. Riccara?
I will.
And then, as part of the spell, I will teleport to the ship.
Okay.
Oh no.
Surprise, motherfucker.
I can teleport to within 5 feet of any of the targets that I hit.
Okay. Where does that spell from?
Why?
I have no idea where it's from. Xanathar's.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm going to break out some Xanathar's more often.
So y'all see me
So, yeah, you
swipe
see-
a dagger,
Ha!
and this giant gash is on the other ship all of a sudden.
Like, you
and
see,
it
like,
disappear.
it bisects a couple of orcs, and then suddenly you're just standing there, like, for what anybody else would be like ankle deep in water, if you were like, like knee deep in water, it's cold water too. Like, you're in, like, this is the, like northern Bering Sea kind of cold. All right, Riccara, what are you doing?
I'll use Fighting Spirit.
Okay.
Temporary HP and advantage on all attacks.
All right.
So 2 attacks.
Okay.
I'll take up 2 siege arrows.
Okay.
First attack, 13 plus
stuff.
13 plus 8, I believe.
Hit.
Hits, okay. 10 and 12. Oh.
Oh.
That's a D10.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a D10.
I'm a teach you guys
Wait.
some of the dice.
No,
are.
that was right. That was,
Oh, is it D10 and a D12?
yes.
Okay.
The values of-
Yeah, that was a
I
one.
was
Okay.
going to say D12.
So, 4 plus 2, 6, and then attack again
Okay.
with the. That doesn't hit. 5 plus 8.
13 goodness, yeah.
Oh, alright.
Second shot goes wide.
And that's it.
Graham, is there anything you want to attempt to do?
Preparing to run interception again.
All right. On that, I'll give you advantage of the next one. Finreal.
He's a
2
goalie.
questions. One is my.
I had bless. Can I add bless to? It's bless on attacks.
That's fair. It's just you'd have to roll 4. It's a DC 14, AC 17.
Oh.
So it's possible. It's
Never mind.
possible.
It's alright. It's alright.
Do it!
Roll it.
Roll that 4!
Ah.
Alright.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Is my target still alive? And is there anyone bearing down on my sudden friend that's over there?
Actually, yes to both questions. It's the same answer. As you popped up, this large orcish, looks like maybe like a chieftain of some kind. Where the fuck you come from?
Over there.
This raises large battle axe.
We're going to first respond to my bow and then continue cursing him.
Okay.
Specifically.
Gotcha.
Not the wolf.
Friggin'
Expecting it
Just
from
first you
myself,
say
and
it, then
Finnegan
you do
does
it.
it.
Curse and then curse.
That is going to be a
Can you pass that? It's gone now. So.
math.
Oh, use that. Okay.
That is an 18 to hit.
18 will hit him.
Don't die.
We have a D8. That's mine. Plus. There's 36s. Yes, 36s.
You got this. I believe in you.
3. And this green one is the acid
Yep.
damage. That's 32 piercing and 4 acid.
Finnegan, as you see this orc tower even bigger than your buddy Grim, raising this axe above you, suddenly you hear the axe like landing right by your small form. Familiar path of an arrow sticking out right behind his ear.
I have 2 attacks. Is there another guy nearby?
Yes, actually, the remaining ballista, the manganose destroyer, the remaining ballista, you actually see them start to load. It looks to be a large, like multi-hooked and chain kind of arrow. There's a couple of them currently. There are 3 currently attempting to load it.
You don't have advantage anymore, you guys did.
You got plus stuff.
I do have less.
You're still blessed. Hashtag blessed.
Let's take this.
Hashtag there.
That is a 15.
If you beat it, you beat it.
Ooh.
Ooh. Where did I just put these?
Who all was involved with the horse that you did?
That is 9 piercing damage.
9 piercing damage.
9.
Nope, 19.
19. Oh,
19. My bad.
that one falls dead then. Okay. I see. There are now 2 at that ballista. Nathaniel.
Get my extra dice out of your way.
I will split my I've got my own stuff in my way. What do you mean? I will split my Eldritch Blast between the 2 of them.
Okay.
So 21 for. So the first 2 are going to go to 1. The second 2 are going to go to the second.
Yeah.
21, 10.
This
9.
That one's dead.
No, this isn't damage.
Oh,
This is
this-
2 hit.
Oh,
Because Eldritch Blast has 2 hit.
well, first 2 miss.
The 17 missed?
You said 10 and 9 miss.
17, 10, 9.
So it's the 10 and 9 miss, 17 hits.
And then 11.
So yeah, only one will hit.
Cool. So. God, 1.
1. He just just keep getting.
Yeah, you too!
Anything else?
No.
Kieran, you're up.
Right, what am I seeing?
You see, there is maybe
Yeah.
at most 5 guys left alive on this barge. 2 of them are currently they've loaded in this large, like multi-hooked ballista bolt, and are trying to. You see them like lowering it down. A massive chain to be connected to the front of the ship. The other 4 are like trying to still bell water out, trying to keep the ship from completely going down. But it's a losing cause.
All right, I
And
want
also
to,
Finnegan.
And also
Um,
Finnegan.
I want to see of the orcs. I guess it doesn't really matter. They're all the same.
Yeah.
So I'm going to
How do you have a way to get back up yourself?
Hunter's Mark 1 and then
Okay.
shoot at him, and then if he dies, I'll shoot
You
him.
want to aim at the ones at the ballista or the ones kind of like
I can
bailing
always
water?
use the same spell again, just on our ship.
Double
That would
Okay.
kind of
Take your
suck.
time.
Okay, we went to North.
Oh, Seth might can fetch you.
I might not have it
All right.
today.
I
I'm just
mean-
saying.
If absolutely necessary,
It's gonna
I can go
be-
get you.
I can get him.
Yeah.
Misty Step.
17.
Minus-
Thunder.
We'll hit.
Thunderstep? What is it called?
Thunderstep.
With
Protect
my
deals
dexterity
damage
being
on
+5.
Oh, yeah, it's kind of just
I just
straight roll, yeah.
negate that.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
then proficiency
You get
more
more
structure.
No, if I
All right,
roll them,
so that's
okay.
gonna be
I don't think you can take someone with you when you do that.
No.
Grab
You
you,
also can't
grab
take
you,
people with
and grab
Misty Step.
Dimension door?
Dimension
No,
Door you
Thunder
can.
Step. Oh, Thunder's no Thunder's you can. No, Dimension door you can.
This is gonna be 16, 18,
Okay.
20.
You can.
20
Because
damage.
that works, right?
Yes,
20 damage.
that one's dead.
And then I'll turn to the other one.
All right.
He won't have the hunter's mark because I can't switch it to him.
Oh,
Wait, no, he. That was 30 points of damage.
Oh, he held it.
Plus
Yeah.
10. This is the sharpshooter.
Sharpshooter, he held it.
Um,
yeah, your arrow just his head went in the tube.
I'm like, I just look at the other one. And
From the start away, he feels
what?
fear.
Let's do sharpshooter on him too.
All right.
That's gonna be 19.
I think we'll definitely hit.
30, 19.
Yep.
19. He's an orc as well.
Yes.
It'll be 5. Jesus. 5, 7, 9, 19.
19 will kill him.
Plus the 10.
Yeah.
All right. So the 2 orcs that were manning the ballista still loaded, are dead. Interesting. All right. So Sorndrin.
You know what? Fuck it. Action surge.
Action. You little spider bastard.
Just 2 more.
Yep.
Sharp surge.
4 more total. There were 6 left total.
No, about me and my attack.
Yeah, you get.
So sharpshooter again.
Yep.
That's covered. That's probably not gonna get it. That's 14.
14 less.
D4.
Oh yeah, I forgot about D4. Shit. 15.
I mean, that you beat it. I want to fire this bolt at you.
I want to kiss you on the mouth. I love you, sir. Jesus. 21.
Jesus, yeah, he's dead.
Okay. And
3 remaining.
Do I add another one? Oh Jesus! It's on the floor. It's dead. Where the fuck did it go? Oh, it's by your foot. Kick to your left. Oh Jesus! That was pretty good.
Wow,
Mr.
worked.
Soccer player.
No.
Football?
Dan.
Oh.
All right, and
I was banned too. Same leg strike.
sharpshooter.
D4.
Yeah, thank you. Well, I think Jesus, 19.
It's.
Oh, the pressure. I know.
Where's my fucking shit? There you are. They come from my D4s. Or D8s. 4, 6, 8, 18.
18. That one is also dead. Sorndrin, there are 2 left, and as they see their colleagues have been killed, they have dropped the buckets and pumps, and are beginning to try to rush toward that ballista to fire that final shot. What are you doing, sir?
Blade barrier's still up. Is the momentum of the ship still pulling it through?
And it is. That's being accounted for.
36 from blade barrier.
36. This thing is right there on the edge. Anything else?
Concentration. I can just
Fireball.
Fireball.
if only, but I got something similar.
Actually, what's the save on that, by the way?
15 deck save.
Make me a dex save because you're on the ship.
Ooh.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. No, no,
That's a
no,
6.
no, no.
But I'm going to use an inspiration.
All right.
Because I have a bunch of inspiration right now. That's another 6.
I am yelling again to get a
16.
back over here.
Okay. All right. So you're on a save. They take half damage.
I can't believe that.
Half.
So you'll take 18 points of damage, Finnegan.
I can handle that.
I'm going to
What?
concentration. So I'm going to use
You talking about
a
the ward thing?
crit.
Yeah, I
Okay.
had to cast that.
Sacred.
Abjuration spell.
Sacred Flame?
Yep. You said there's some barrels, right?
Those were destroyed and kicked off this whole kit caboodle.
Okay. Well, just going for the part of the wooden part of the ship that isn't in the blades right now.
All right.
Deck save.
That's a natural 20.
Oof.
For a sinking ship?
It's an act 20, bro.
Do your damage. You logical. Do your damage.
It's fine. I'm good. It misses.
More, probably less that along the facts that it misses, more like just the movement. You hit water instead of the ship.
Actually, I take it back. I couldn't do anything else. I don't have range.
Oh.
I didn't think about that.
Okay.
You said 100 feet.
Yeah.
I don't have anything that far.
I mean, to be fair, this Mr. Finnegan, this ship, cover this person, you don't see it. This ship has a total of 250 HP. That's how much y'all did to it in that round. That's what you put it at. So had that guiding bolt hit, it would have sunk it. However,
Wait. Guiding bolt is not a save. It does have range. I didn't cast that. I can't cast guiding bolt.
make your attack, sir.
Guiding bolt, not a save.
You son of a bitch.
The ship has an AC of 18. Sorry, 17.
All right, so I have. I'm moving the camera so people can't call BS.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, pull it right here. I have +7.
Okay.
That's an 11.
So
It's
you
a
say
pizza.
there was a glare. No, I'm just kidding.
Derek, it's got 1 point of HP left. Don't roll. As your guiding bolt slams into it, the last final bit, the ship, as wood and metal go flying, the grappling hook ballista bolt firing off into the ocean, sinking rather quickly. I need you to make me a swim check.
I'm not planning on swimming.
Oh, what are you okay? As the so you see that last bolt flying at you, Finnegan. What are you doing?
So the dead orc guy, you said he looked like a chieftain or something
Yeah.
like that. I'm going to hold on to the back of his
Okay.
shirt and cast Dimension Door back after our shirt.
As you grab it, you've noticed on his arms, he's got these strange scars.
Mhm.
It looks like somebody took
A giant shit on his face.
and he's got several rows like this.
Prison.
They go. It's like somebody took a knife and has basically cut scales, and they go all the way down this arm.
Okay.
And you see him starting on this arm.
Yep, I'm gonna Dimension Door his whole
Body.
body
Prison, he
up
did
to
it,
the
but-
and his axe because it might be magical to have.
It's not magical at all. It's with that. Yeah, there is a. You all hear familiar, and you see Finnegan on the deck of the Wyvern's Respite with a dead orc
With 2 of Finn's arrows in him.
with 2 of Finn's arrows in.
I would like to come down the process.
What you got there, Finn?
What you got there, friend?
Finn.
Which one? Who?
What's what?
It's a dead orc. He looked important.
He looks important.
Rakara,
Come up and stab.
you recognize the tattoos, as do you, Grim. This is the mark of the bloody. Whenever they kill a dragonborn, they mark a scale. When all of your arms are covered, you have to take the horn of a dragonborn, and then you are marked as a war chief. Exactly, Rakara. You remember the one who, that final fight that put you down, that shearing pain of your horn being broke, all of his arms were scaled.
This fucker was kind of mid into his career.
Everyone roll
He's not
dexterity
full.
saving throws.
He's
Oh,
not-
fuck!
Motherfucker, what? Mother ganja. Alright, cool.
DC of 12, so not a big DC.
27.
4.
Fail.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 3.
Okay.
8.
8. 20. Sornrin?
Dirty 20.
Okay. So DC of 12. If you fail, you are thrown onto the deck. Those past minutes that you hear Eleanor goes, "We've got a problem!" And you feel the ship as one lower part starts to dip. He goes, "One of the weir stones were damaged. We've got to put her down." Ahead of you, about 4 or 5 miles, you see this smoky island starting to just appear out of the fog. From this distance, you can see large plumes of smoke, ruins. There is a smaller kind of rocky island that's a little bit closer, and that's where she's going to make for. From that point to that island is about 2 miles, so not a massive distance, but you are still far off the coast. So she's going to attempt to bring the ship in. She has advantage on the roll. That is a 2 and a natural 20. So she is able to. At the last moment, you see her kind of. And now she hits power, cutting off the weir stones, and basically bringing the ship in. It skips the wave, and then when it hits the shore, and roll another dexterity saving throw. Basically, she pulls it up at the last moment, just kind of steers. You ever seen a skier at the last moment when it releases, he'll kick off one ski and step on one and lift up, kind of like let the momentum bring him into shore?
Oh, yeah. Everyone.
Everyone else I got 17 that time.
DC of 15 on this one.
Cool, I passed.
2 inspirations later, I have an 18.
Okay. Sorndrin?
11.
11. Sorndrin, you unfortunately will fall off into the wake, but at this point you're close enough that you're just kind of like off the shore.
I'll cast Featherfall on him as he.
As the wyvern. Say again?
Oops, would I fall?
Actually, no. With the
Would I
boot,
fall because of...
your boots. No, yeah, you're good. So yeah, as the ship just kind of rides in the waves, you feel it starting to sink in. But right before that hole hits the water to pitch, it just onto the shore. kind of rolls to one side where that massive hole is. The ship itself is submerged. And we'll take our break here, as it is a little after 8, as you are now on the southern point of the Broken Tusk Isles. We'll take a little restroom break, get some drinks, stretch your legs. We'll be back to answer questions for everyone. Stay tuned with us, folks. It's getting good.
You want our ship info? Even though nothing happens once
Nah,
we
you
started tracking it?
keep that. You're good. We'll be right back.
Cool.
Yep. We did
I played a hand out. I got you a drink.
Thank you, sir.
49 damage in that one round.
Nice. We rock.
Yeah,
no, I guess it was
I
2
forgot
rounds.
Eldritch Blast
Go
was
back
120. I was like, wait a minute, how far is? Oh yeah.
Then you can get what are they called?
So
There's
Invocation.
there's an invocation that doubles it, and then you do spell sniper.
Exactly, that's it.
Because you can get some like really crazy numbers. But how often are you going to need to shoot from that far?
Maybe we could use mid-magic.
How far into the current
You
campaign
technically
are
could.
a lot?
How far are
You
we?
said we're coming towards the end of the part?
Yeah,
We're not even at the end of the first arc.
We're actually towards the end game of the first arc, is what he said.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so thank
we're
you for
level
letting me
12,
borrow.
if that's any indication.
I noticed that you
Yeah.
use the metal ones, which is the reason I'm using
And the
them.
campaign has been going
so they're
on since
all
last
working.
September.
I use these when I'm DM.
Yeah,
Right, so almost a year.
almost a year.
These are Finn's dice.
And I think only, what, 2 people have been here that whole time,
Focus who
right?
relatively new game.
I
Yeah.
think this was
No!
first
I've been using this whenever
And
he
it was
just needs
me,
But if he has
Seth,
something, I use these.
Rikara, and
He's attacking, I use those.
one other guy also named Michael, who started the whole thing, and unfortunately
He was
Michael
also a
had-
bard.
Yeah, he was also a bard,
Both Michaels came in as bards.
but he unfortunately had to go for schooling, and yeah,
It's new for me.
yeah, it's new for you, yeah.
I came in as a guest for 4 weeks, and then
Yep.
Well,
And then we kept
stayed.
you, and
Well,
then we
hey.
decided to keep you.
no, then you thought I had a boyfriend. That's what happened.
I know, on like my last session, that's when that happened.
Yeah, all the good stuff happened at the last session. You make friends with me in the worst way possible. Got a boy. Everything went downhill for you on that last session.
I flirted with
Thank you, son.
The
son
night captain,
Loki,
when he was the night
for-
captain.
You know,
Flirted
son
with-
Loki, you are
You
awesome.
really are my friend.
what is his name?
Hemlock?
Himlock.
Yeah.
Flirted with Himlock at the bar,
Yeah, you flirted with a cop.
and then I abandoned him mid flirt to flirt with him.
And then things carried on from there.
Then you guys ruined our dinner table.
We
You
did
ruined
not
it.
ruin it, we cleaned it.
We
Yeah.
are playing Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition.
But yes, we are playing, yep, D&D 5th edition.
Someone said that as a new player, I've been using y'all to learn how to play, and now I start my first campaign.
Woo!
Oh, God.
Wow, we're your inspiration?
I don't know if I'm honored.
Huh.
I'm concerned.
Super
With
honored,
your
though.
Inspiration!
If you're gonna copy anyone, do not copy me. That's.
Yeah.
I say that as someone who is GM for people like me. Do not copy me.
What campaign are we playing? We're playing a homebrewed campaign by Moffat.
Make characters. Okay, they asked what characters we're playing. What classes?
I'm playing Grim, who is a half-orc barbarian.
I'm playing a halfling ranger fighter.
Human warlock rogue who with a tendency of dying.
Half elf ranger druid multi-class.
Okay. So what
Currently
am I-
dating that guy.
We're letting people know what's
A
going
half-elf and a
on.
half-orc.
I've told people not to copy me when it comes to being a player. All good things. I'm giving proper life advice.
This is a homebrew campaign.
Yeah, probably be good if like we did a video where like you film each of us saying like core characters.
Yes,
and
I
everything,
do
and
wanna
then
do
you
that,
pin
yeah.
And then have
To
that be
your-
like the starting montage or whatever.
Or just pin that to your
Yeah.
page, and so like if they're like, what's going on? It's like go to his page and click on that, you'll see all the characters.
I do want to have like an opening, like eventually have like an opening scene for the YouTube videos and that kind of stuff.
The name's Strong.
Playing my first campaign as you, Dwarf Artificer Cleric. Nice.
Ooh, that's gonna be fun.
Wait, what type of cleric? That's the fun part.
That's gonna be
Because
fun.
forge clerics work really
Yes,
well.
we are playing the board game from Stranger Things.
Yeah, the board game.
Any game can be a board game.
I'm not running away this time.
Any questions via YouTube?
So far from YouTube, I've just realized I've been in my first campaign for nearly a year, Michael Spencer.
Nice.
Hey, that's cool.
Cheers, Michael.
Have I decided if I'm going to read? Yes, Chi-Town Foodie. Chi-Town Foodie. Eventually, well, okay. Here's the thing. I have a Patreon, and one of the levels I'm about doing is other kind of like things I do, like painting expos and audiobooks reading. I'm thinking one of the ones I'll do for like a more advanced tier is like once a month, like a reading or like an audiobook or something, and then those Patrons do that first, and then eventually it'll come out. So yes, eventually I've got a bunch. I need time to do things. I have a full-time job, and it is difficult to try to start a media empire while working a full-time job.
Yeah.
Because
Well, you know my pain, don't you, sir?
Yeah.
Don't let me hang a
Ah, he's gonna hit me!
and you hit him back. So anyway, so do you want to go ahead and get those cards out the way?
Yes.
Because it sounds like we're gonna get into combat soon.
Okay, so the gloves of the Greater Pact.
Yeah, that's the only one I know off the top of my head.
I used to be a halfling warrior with the Yoo-hoo guy voice from Frozen.
Fix some blood. Someone said don't leave him hanging. I didn't.
I don't see a rope to leave someone hanging.
Chirp, 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 chirp.
I'm eating.
Big summer blood. What does that mean?
Fix some blood.
Big summer blood.
Okay.
Welcome to Urkins.
Urkadurker.
And I already gave you the stone ring.
That's the song
Yeah.
he does in the
Okay.
save show.
All right, let's go past that. The gloves greater, you just
like,
add, you get additional damage dice to your Eldritch Blasts.
Yeah.
it's amazing.
Would you guys
So,
say it's
no,
more fun
it
to
adds
play
for
in person
beam,
or
right?
just the fact you're
Yeah,
playing
that's
is
additional
good enough?
beam, yeah.
Okay.
Say again?
Michael Spencer asks on the YouTube, would you guys say it's more fun to play in person or just the fact that you're playing is good enough? My group has been Discord only since we live in different states, but I'm going to start my own game soon in person.
Well, that's two questions really, because I feel like that in person is better because you kind of have a more real relationship with your players,
Yeah.
but also, yes, Discord is enough as long as it's a good game.
Humans we're social people. We're a social animal. We're a packed animal. So that there's always something to the actual physical games. However, I do online games, and sometimes yes, if that's an option you have, then this is more than enough. Like to plug my podcast, Playing with Advantage now on Spotify and other places where podcasts are.
Fantastic.
We just did an episode talking about how technology has affected TTRPG, and one of the things we talked about is how the fact that, the internet brought everybody so close together. You don't have to go out and find a bunch of people to play D&D. You just go to Discord and you're hailing for this game, yada yada yada, and it'll pop up. So yeah.
We do have any tips for a bard?
I'm not playing a bard right now, but I would say make your inspirations unique to you.
Yeah.
Whatever you do, as long as you're putting some sort of effort into it, it's gonna make everyone enjoy those inspirations all the better and make your bard get fleshed out real quickly.
But, yeah, real quick, little J965. If the people are awesome, it's fun no matter what. Yes, this is Dungeons and Dragons. But also, my best advice for bards is be charismatic, but don't be, what's what I'm trying to think of here?
Creepy.
Thank you. Don't be
Overbearing?
creepy. Don't be overbearing. Don't be cringy.
What would your advice be for someone who wants to play a bard that isn't charismatic in real life?
First of all, know where your boundaries are. Have a conversation with your dungeon master. Like you don't have to like if you do something of like DM, I like to walk up to them and kind of talk to them in a way that I could get them to persuade them to do something. That's fine. You don't have to go. I would like it if you kind of got into the whole like kind of actually role play. But if you aren't comfortable with it, you don't have to be. If you just say, "Cool, we can make the roll." A lot of that comes to conversations. Talk to your dungeon master. Talk to your other players. Know where your boundaries are. Know what you're comfortable with. Know where you're not, and just work with each other. Communication is key in any aspect of life.
He has a point. Or he's frozen. I'm not sure. He looks frozen.
How can, you know,
Everyone is not acknowledging what you guys said.
We, on and off.
Yes, acknowledging my hat.
I was gonna say, when it comes to a bard, everybody thinks of a singer, but there are other things to do. Like one I think of and actually have kind of built but never got to play. In the original Dragonheart movie, the monk that follows him around.
He's a bard.
He's a bard.
He's not a monk, he's a bard.
He's not overbearing, he's not a singer, but he's a bard. He is inspiration for the main character.
Like especially like the concept of the skull, the warrior bard. They basically told the histories and stories of great deeds. Like I would love to have a bard. I have an idea for a bard that does poetry. It's like it's not actually singing; it's poetry.
And you can be a warrior poet.
Yeah, I actually. So I saw one time a guy put a bard, but he didn't let people know it was a bard. He told us he was a cleric. So when his guidance was his bardic inspiration. Like every time he had healing spells. The thing is, his whole deal was he kept changing what deity was his. So he had like a bunch of like different. It was a guy from the Mummy with the different symbols.
Yeah.
That was his whole shtick.
He was playing the con artist part.
Exactly.
I also need. I need the Hellfire ring and the
Hellfire has it, yes.
and the life ring.
That have to go crazy. OMG.
Because I've already.
Apparently your head is causing quite a stir, Mr. Grimm.
Because it's Legoshi,
great.
and Legoshi is the best boy.
Mm.
2 stars.
Yeah. There's
I know.
Like,
I still haven't seen
so many different forms.
Yeah,
Remember,
bards.
the acrobatic bard is actually
B guy.
How dare I do shit? The acrobatic bard is a build I've seen a lot and is what I was trying to go with.
Florida Man
What
says
happened?
hi. That's the most tame headline for a Florida Man I've ever seen.
It says hi.
Did you say hi to the
No,
flaming bard?
you misread that. Florida Man is high.
Well, no, but that's their natural state. It'd be more scary if he was sober.
Touche.
It's not wrong.
We're just having fun with you, Florida Man.
Every now and again,
But you guys want an interesting activity? Go on Google, put down Florida Man and your birthday, see what comes up.
well,
He said he's sober. Oh God.
Oh no!
So it's a threat.
the other one is just look up Florida Man and anything to do with an alligator. There is probably the headline.
Probably. Page is Southern D&D. What state y'all in? Mississippi.
Mississippi.
We're in the landmass between Mobile and New Orleans.
MISSISSING.
Wait, what? Mississippi?
Mississippi.
Which one is Dustin? We are all Dustin.
Dibs.
We are all Dustin.
Dibs on Dustin.
Which one's Justin?
Ow!
It's curly haired.
The cute one.
Yeah.
Not like cute, like attractive. Cute isn't adorable. Because
Oh,
he's
yeah.
like a curly haired child.
Yeah. Dustin's.
I've seen season.
Of the kids,
I've
Dustin's
seen
my
season
favorite.
1.
That's
What's
crazy
the
to
hardest
think that
character to
extra
play and why?
The DM.
That's really up to the player.
Oh, Son Lucky's from
Wait, what?
Louisiana.
They asked what is the hardest character to play. I think that's really up to the player. Because for me, a wizard is the toughest class to play, but a lot of other people would say like the druid would be the most difficult, or the cleric would be the most difficult. It's really up to the player, honestly.
Yeah.
Anything I have to be intelligent.
have
I
the
don't
most
do
difficulty.
intelligent.
For me, I have trouble remembering the rules of like sneak attack when it comes to rogue. Everything else, like I feel like is pretty okay, especially like even when it comes to role playing wise.
See, I took a cheat sheet with that. I became swashbuckler. It doesn't matter.
You will pass that
Arr.
Montel.
There isn't a dungeon map right now. It's when we get to certain parts when I'm going to build the map as we go.
Have any of you played Curse of Strahd? Are you fans of it? I've not played it, but I'm a fan of it, and I want to sit down and play.
Go for it.
Never played it,
So-
never read it, don't know anything.
I have
So,
never
I'm
played it. However, I have DM'd it start to finish 12 times.
This one knows it.
Yeah, I've always wanted to play.
It'd be funny to watch you
Same.
play it at the
I have
same
played in
time.
it. I have
As you
ran
know,
it.
everything
I've run it
coming
12
up.
times. I've run it about 4 or 5 times. However, something to look forward to coming from the Southern D&D zone, as it were. Hopefully, it's going to be up by this October for Halloween. My podcast, I will have a new podcast running a live play called Oh My Strahd, which will be Curse of Strahd, but in the style of What We Do in the Shadows. It's going to be more of a horror comedy style of game. I'm going to have a bunch of new stuff added into it. I've got all kinds of things. It's going to be, I've got so much plans. It's great.
He's my pal, he's my homeboy, my main chief.
Exactly, yeah. To the point, like in game, they're going to have a vintage RV. They're going to be driving through Barovia.
I love it so much.
It's going to be
This is
great.
gonna be funny to do.
Yeah, you asked the furry hat. Well, it's my hat. Come take it from me.
I cannot speak the name of the vampire who attacked us. I don't give a fuck. His name was Mike.
I've started watching that. I'm actually in love with it.
It's so good.
It is. Bosch. Who is Bosch? I'm not going to jump to it because I know the last time I jumped to whole like Pog, it was a good thing. So I don't know what Bosch means.
I know it's a magic card.
Nitri, we'll be starting here in about 3 or 4 minutes. We're just kind of finishing up. We started our break a little bit late this evening, just kind of giving a moment where everybody kind of sit in and answer questions.
Screaming Donkey Woodwork says, I had no idea people played on TikTok. Very cool. I'm making a giant D&D table right now.
Ooh, that's cool.
Mr. Screaming, first of all, love the name. Second of all, I may need to get in touch with you, sir.
Something regarded as
I'm wanting to get my own kind of custom DN table for my home games and eventually like start doing Twitch and stuff with. So yeah, follow me, sir. I'm gonna send you a message tonight. YTGs, it does not take a lot. It can take a lot to learn if you let it. The base system 5e is very simple, and if you just want to be a player, it's not very difficult. The DMing side of it can get a little bit intuitive, but that's why I always have a copy of the player's handbook with me. If there's something I don't know, I'll look it up. Is anyone using an accent on a character? I'm using accents on all the characters.
I definitely use an accent.
No.
I'm just.
Yes.
This is my normal speaking voice. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes,
Of
Kieran.
course I'm using an
Kieran-
accent, a southern one.
Kieran's
This is
Irish.
Mine.
Yeah, no kidding.
I've liked doing Irish recently.
Actually.
Gold Retriever, if you're interested in D&D, check out my Discord. We talk about D&D, where people try to get games started through there all the time. A lot of stuff happening there. Recommended to get for a level 7 Goliath Barbarian, axe. Get an axe, just a good axe. Great axe.
Specifically, it does increase damage.
Profonks,
Not a
we are.
mediocre axe.
It is a homebrew campaign.
Well,
What was the question?
You want a great axe because of great
Yeah. Also, local game stores are a great place to begin. Characters are. One of my next trades is probably going to be a Warforge.
For some
Well,
reason,
nice,
Warforged
eh?
has just like never really.
I have a set
me.
that I don't have that set anymore. I gave that set away as part of that big 10K giveaway because I never used it.
So
it was
I have
the
an
stone
idea
set.
for a Warforged character that is the idea behind it is the spirit of the artificer that built the Warforged inside of it, and it doesn't realize it's a Warforged.
I keep putting your Eldritch.
I've got
Line.
No, it's
two
fine.
ideas for
Just go
Warforged
ahead.
characters that I feel like would be
I can
really
always
fun.
just pull it back out.
Where did I put the
Gee,
other
Fleet
one?
Street Geeks, you really think that guy to the left of the GM is cool?
I mean, thanks, guys.
Oh, okay.
You clearly don't know him. Jeez.
I was trying to be nice and actually keep him semi-straight.
Have you seen
Freaking
Mineral
Space
Dust?
Penguin 5. Bet they you just set up the camera and decided to forget about it. Oh, never mind.
Let's see.
Surprise, Penguin.
Hello, Penguin. No, okay.
No,
I need you guys to put out more podcasts, by the way.
We're trying.
I run out of listening material while I'm driving on routes.
we're trying, man.
We got a lot more content now.
Yeesh.
About to go
I'm caught
We're
up.
gonna get all contented up in here.
Have you heard Dark Knights?
podcast or
Dark
watch all
Knights.
the reactions.
Dark
You want to see
Knights.
reactions to all our stuff?
No.
It's gonna be awesome.
Like work for ours, which we're trying to do like a couple of like watch alongs, like Darkness Rising, the original D&D movies, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, one of the things in our tiers for $5 a month, you'll have access to our commentaries.
Nice.
If you're just
Yeah.
wanting something to listen to, Magnus Archives is really good.
That's gonna be fun.
Hey, Zandria 007, thank you for
Right.
watching. Glad you love
So
D&D.
they're
Great
about-
game.
I do watching
like
gamers.
2 hours usually.
They're about
Yeah.
20 to 30
Yeah,
minutes
we can
each,
do that.
but there's like 5 seasons.
But there's
Or Boista. We got a top hat. Thank you.
Yeah, like
Canadian Kitty joined through an invite. Welcome.
Magnus
Hello.
Archives
Thank you
is
for
about
joining us.
20 to 30 minutes each
Do
episode,
you
and
allow
it's 5
microgaming?
seasons.
What is
Right.
microgaming?
Like my ideal listening time for like a podcast is like 2 hours. Two hours or more.
I feel ancient. What's
I'm
microgaming?
driving all day. I'll go like
Whenever we're actively
Scroll through and try to
playing,
find
none of us
something,
have
so-
chat open, so we can't actually see any suggestions y'all give during session.
So when I get my Twitch up and running, eventually that's gonna be a Patreon tier, as you can actually like spawn items and such in game. I'll let you craft and design items, that kind of stuff. That's coming, folks. Everything is taking time to get everything.
Twitch
set up.
plays D&D, let's go.
For warehouse mics, these people
Actually,
don't know
wait,
I'm forklift
that might feel
certified.
good.
We do now.
That might
Yeah.
If you're forklift certified, raise your hand.
What?
Oh,
Hi, Mike.
Wow. Wow.
No,
God,
Caleb.
my hand's flying out.
Caleb Simons. It's the same character. It's the same character they play through the entirety of this campaign. Yes, Gold Retriever. If you want to learn to play again, my
Yes.
Discord. A lot of
Yeah.
people talk about we
It's the same
help you how to
thing.
play. There's
You
no
don't even
problem.
drink coffee anymore.
Is it okay for someone or a group to start their experience or anything? Yeah, you
And
have
that's
to
why that's
learn.
addicted.
The way you get experience is by doing things, by learning.
What?
I didn't bring my
Being a forklift certified gives added strength and persuasion. I like space things. Cool. Thank you for joining my Discord. I appreciate it.
So, work for me or no coffee?
Yeah. Yes, we have to make sure we're only certified people are driving forklifts because one of us went to school to be an OSHA,
An ocean.
an OSHA inspector. I'm not naming names, but he is currently in a box.
Actually, he's not even in the
Currently
box.
not here.
Oh.
Yeah, he's currently doing the whole buffering thing. It's
yeah,
hard to get into. Much love from England.
First of all, hello to our neighbors across the pond. Thank you for joining us. And no, not at all. It's not hard to get into at all. Technology has made it so simple. Check your local gaming stores. Look, I'm willing to bet even somewhere in the research, the research outpost of Antarctica, somebody wants to play Dungeons and Dragons.
Probably what they do all day. But I think like
We went and watched the big ones today.
D&D is
All right,
like
go play.
deceptively difficult.
It
Like,
is- it
because people look
appears
at
to
it,
be
they're
difficult,
like,
yeah.
they're like, I don't get it. Like, I remember having a coworker who, you know, every time I was explaining to him, he was just like, so like, you can do whatever you want, and it's not until you're like in the moment, like,
Yeah.
you're just
Even in
starting it. You're
Yeah,
like,
especially with
you start
5e.
being like, oh, okay, I get it. I get what's
5e
going
is
on.
so simplified in the system
Yeah.
that it's very easy to pick
One
up.
thing that I've noticed that a lot of people just seem to not understand for whatever reason is I say this is a role-playing game, and the first thing out of their mouth is, how do you win?
You win by having fun.
You have fun.
Yeah.
You have a
That's
full
the thing.
experience.
There are those who quote unquote want to win at D&D. First of all, D&D is not a game you win at. Technically, it's like, do you ever win at Skyrim, or do you just keep playing and developing your character and having more and more fun?
Hi, joke's on you. The answer's no either way.
I'd say, like, you know, overall, I'd say no.
Yeah.
But, like, I mean, in general, you know, if someone wants to be just like, I remember DMing people who they just like fighting monsters and collecting loot, and that's
fair.
and solving puzzles.
Yeah, that's great.
That was what they were all into, which
And
was
if you
completely fine.
if you
And
want one of
so-
those, the modules are very set up, point A to point B.
Yeah.
There is a goal in the end.
Yeah.
But like a long-term homebrew campaign, there are various objectives and different points in the story that you can reach and I guess win in a sense. But there's always more to it. Now, like, unfortunately, yes. I'm sorry, guys. This campaign has an ending. There is going to be an ending when the natural ones will
Die.
not maybe not, but they will ride into glory.
All right,
He's
everyone,
already
let's
killed one
celebrate
of my
with
guys
some
in
Kool-Aid.
But what that
already
means,
died
but all that means is when the story of the natural ones comes to a close, there's a new story ready to begin and be written.
Yes, Biren.
Uh,
Biren Betty Brooke.
What CR is a red panda?
it's like maybe a fourth, if that. It's like the same CR as a cat.
I've seen one now, right?
Oh God, you've seen one now.
You can wild shape into a red panda.
Turning red.
It is now.
All right, so with that, it is now 8:30. We're going to go ahead and get back in. I'm going to close off TikTok. We'll be back on in a few minutes
Closing off the TikTok.
before we end. Take a few more questions before the evening closes out. But yeah, the campaign can be as long as you want it to be. So with that, I know a few other people kind of asked about it. Keep it off. So we're going to go in with a quick introduction. Anything on YouTube?
YouTube has no questions.
Okay. So
No further questions, Your Honor.
with that, as we will pull ourselves back into the story one more time. Sorndren, you with us, sir? All right. So we will start now with introductions. Sorndren, kick us off.
I am Derek. I am playing Sorndren, our Drow cleric.
Hello, I am Seth, and I am playing Kieran Steadybrook, the Halfling Ranger Fighter.
I'm Michael. I'm playing Nathaniel, the Warlock Rogue.
I'm Beck. I am playing Finriel, the half-elf ranger druid.
I'm Jeff. I'm playing Grim, the half-orc barbarian.
I'm Ben. I'm playing Ricard, the Emerald Dragonborn, Divine Soul Sorcerer / Samurai Fighter.
I am Ricky. I'm playing Finnegan Tenderfoot, the halfling wizard rogue.
And I am Walter Cronkite. No, I am Kenneth Moffat, aka Southern Deity. aka Southern Deity across the various platforms. Look for me on Discord, on Twitter, on Instagram. I have a Facebook, YouTube account, wherever various platforms. Just look me up and I should be there. And this is, once again, the Natural Ones. I am the Dungeon Master and Storyteller and Weaver of fates and mysteries within the world of Faeterra. So, after barely surviving the fight with an orcish war barge, since the head the ship formerly known as the Wyvern's Rest, having to ground onto an island just south of the main part of the chain known as the Broken Tusk Isles. All of you managing to survive the fall. find yourself standing on the beach. Not very long after the crash, Captain Eleonora currently doing her best to do quick repairs, trying to get the weir stones to realign, reattune. That way you have a way to get out of the Broken Tusk Isles. Very much right now a sense of the Normandy sitting on the collector base.
Well, what do we do now, Jids?
Shall we bring this fucker back to life? Ask him what he knows.
I suggest not.
Why not?
Fucker can just die.
Hmm?
Fucker can just die.
Yeah, but he might know something.
He has a point.
Well, we are just like naturally in their raiding territory, so
That's a point.
Fuck the raiding territory.
Yeah, raiding territory doesn't make it theirs.
no. What I'm more saying is we're in their raiding territory. It's less likely he actually knows something. It's less that he's targeting us, and more that he would just target any flying ship.
Yeah, but he just may know more information about like where other ones are, so we can be
Could
better
have seen
prepared.
something too.
Montel.
And he,
Sorry, not
if he
Montel.
saw something, he may say something.
Yes.
Nathaniel. It's going to take a while to get used to that. You gotta remember, it's been a year, so Nathaniel.
Yes.
Roll me a wisdom check.
By the way, my real name's Joe.
Joe, gotcha.
Joe Mama.
You said check.
Not
Not say?
A save check.
Joe Mama.
That's it. 8.
As you're listening to them talk, there's kind of a ringing, like a high pitched pain on the left side of your face. As you kind of move, it like pulls your head, and now you're looking at a kind of a northwestern direction to the main island. You see large gouts of smoke coming up, almost like industrialized type smoke. From this distance, you can see other boats and things kind of moving. And in your voice, in your head, you hear a now familiar voice. I sense something there, my friend. Something that the voice almost purrs. I could really, really use. Get to that island, my good servant. Find whatever it is and almost like the scene in Silence of the Lambs where he just kind of, that's what you hear in your head. Sense, and you will be well rewarded. And you feel the pressure leave your head.
Finnegan, can you send up Hootie and I'll send up Ren and see if we can shout
Sure.
ahead?
Kieran said,
I send up Dobby. Dobby just gives a little hop.
all right, so
I send up Hootie.
And I'll
We
send
are
up-
on a nearby island, right?
yes, you're roughly about 1.5 miles from the main island itself to the southeast. This is a kind of, think a bunch. So at one point, this was all one large island called the Blood Tusk Isle. Then something happened during the Fallen Age where this island was shattered. So now it's like a small little chain. The largest one is probably about maybe 8-9 miles across, if that. Not very big. And actually, it'd be less than probably about 3 or 4 miles across. Because the chain is probably only about 15 miles long. But it's just a small island. Right now, you're this small. Like, it looks like maybe an ancient mountain range that's sunk into the sea. So it's just kind of like a lot of like rock and crags. You're well hidden, but if you just sat here with the patrols coming through, eventually you will be spotted.
Would this be a place for smugglers to leave a
Cash.
no, well, a cache, but also a
A drop point.
no, a boat, cause little dinghies between islands.
Roll me an investigation check on that. Good question.
Can I roll with advantage?
Yeah,
We want to send the familiars.
Okay.
Scout. 13 for Ren.
21
Okay.
for Hootie.
Ren isn't going to be able to see much. Because she is a living creature, the smoke and ash coming off those fumes are getting to her. But as a construct of magic, Hootie is fine. He's able to see that there actually is an I'm not going to make you roll for it because you rolled above a 20, that currently the tide is beginning to go out, and you see very slowly several large, like rocky crags beginning to be revealed by the ocean. And it looks like that there is basically a path that can be taken, if you're careful enough, through at least halfway up to the main island. By the way, from where that crags are, that main island actually sits on a raised cliff. So when the sea comes up, it's a little bit more. But as you would move through, you can tell that it would bring you to an area relatively stealthily, like relatively unseen.
19.
On a 19, you do find an old, small, maybe 6-seater dinghy, but it's been hasn't been used in years. It's a little bit dry rotted. Maybe it could carry you a little bit of a weight, but it's barely being held together.
So,
Do we have any lifeboats?
Actually, yes, there is one 12-man longboat that sits inside sits in the bottom part of the skyship.
really?
Oh, you said longboat. I thought you said white folks.
One 12-foot white folk?
I was like, he's green.
What did Brandon found anything?
Which was like,
We have a path there if we take it carefully, and the cliffs on the island should provide cover for us to move in fairly unseen.
That sounds good.
Let me go over to the captain, Eleanor, and how bad a shape is it in?
She's kind of like sliding down out of the hole in the hole. A natural 20. She goes, I've managed to reattune the weir stones. It's just the structural damage of the ship I now have to reinforce. I didn't do any favors bringing it in the way I did. Maybe a couple of hours, if that. It's not nearly as damaged as I thought, though.
Okay.
I don't really have the wood to actually physically patch the hole, but I can get it to where she'll be airworthy again. Long story short, if you give me the time, I think I can have you way out of here.
Okay.
So, well, it doesn't sound too bad. Just a couple of hours and we'll be back in the air.
All right. You gonna be good here on your own?
You see her look around and goes, I've still got some tricks. I should be okay. What is everyone's passive perceptions? Sorndrin, you're fine. You'll hear it.
just you'll hear it.
15.
You can hear a fly fart in the wind. Jeez.
16.
16.
15, 14. Sorry. 14.
Finnegan's a 10. Hootie's a 13.
So, because Hootie will hear it, you will hear it. In the far distance of that island, you begin to hear a loud bell and mechanical klaxon begin to sound. It's an alert. You recognize it's an alert. Grim, you know this is a warning. Like they see, either somebody saw the ship go down. Something is alerting. They are basically readying the island.
Oh, fuck me.
We need to move.
That's an alarm.
We need to
They
move.
know we're here. Either get into position or get into hiding.
I want you two to each roll me insights with advantage. You do to military tactics. You do to cultural tactics. Cultural effects.
Wow. I used the inspiration.
But I have it? With the orcs being my favorite enemy?
Yeah. Make the roll. Yeah.
What's that?
Favorite enemy. I have advantage on that. Yeah.
So what kind of roll?
Insight.
Insight.
Still not very good. It's only a 10.
18.
18.
Insight. 19.
19. Grim, again, you never really went on any of the war bands. Your father made sure that you didn't have that lifestyle. That is one part of his culture he did not want his son to partake in. Hence why you had to sneak out for the one part you did partake in. But Kieran and Rakara, Kieran, through your study and through just various like literature and like missions, watching the orcs, Rakara actually seeing them in combat, you two know that if these orcs move at peak efficiency, They will have depending on the amount of ships they have, they could have some sort of action ready and moving out within 2 hours. Which by on a natural 20 she roll, which is just enough time for her to get the if she keeps to her timetable, which on 20 she will, she can get the ship up and in the air just as those patrol vessels begin to move out in a search pattern.
Could she get it faster if someone helps her?
If you want to take time, you can, but any time you add to her is time taken away from you.
What are we doing?
We need to move.
We need to deliver.
Who here can cast polymorph?
Okay.
Okay. Actually, I'm going to suggest that she leaves us when she gets the ship ready and to come back later tonight.
Want me to leave you in this godforsaken place alone?
What we're going to do is going to take more than 2 hours.
Can you teleport over here?
We're not alone. We have each other.
A clump of snow falls and hits Sorna in the hell. Hits Sorna in the head.
No.
You can't. She can't leave.
Oh, wait.
She can't leave.
She might just get far enough away to stay at
Yes,
safety, and we can
We
summon
need.
her back.
We need to be going.
All right.
I can help us get in undetected.
Finnegan
That would be great.
Yes.
is going to cast Grim.
You cast Grim.
No.
There's a spell called Grim.
Hello.
Might be right.
You're going to have to carry us.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
And who
What
else?
we doing?
Hey, I have a question.
Yes.
Is a crocodile enough like a horse
Who
to
would be the
be
next
used
heaviest?
for Phantom Steed?
Could we just one more time, Nathaniel?
Is a crocodile enough like a horse for Phantom Steed to work?
Is this like somehow as a raven like a writing desk? What's going?
Wait, he's able to make a red panda.
Okay.
Could I not, by the same logic,
Uh,
use Phantom Steed for a crocodile?
It's not an actual, just an illusion. It's not an actual animal.
Yes.
Just, okay. Because this is very cold water. That's the thing.
Yes.
I mean, crocodiles like they.
Confucius.
if you're asking about
How
is
is
stealth
that
stuff,
crocodile?
that-
Come on.
I'm not.
You know what, Montel? Roll me an Arcana check. Let's see.
I can
So this is just a
shape
straight roll,
it.
by the way.
Straight roll.
Let me look at the spell real quick.
Crikey, that's a horse!
9.
You're not sure. You
Steer
know.
with the horse.
So-
I'm gonna take a minute to try.
So you know
That's
in
the horse up there.
nature, crocodile like larger full-grown crocodiles, alligators, and the caiman, they can carry like things on their back. Like maybe you could ride one, depending how big it is and how it's.
So this is a description of the spell.
Okay.
A large, quasi-real, horse-like creature appears on the ground in an unoccupied space of your choice within range.
Okay.
You decide the creature's appearance, but it is equipped with a saddle, bit, and bridle.
Okay.
So
Which is the reason why I asked if it's enough like a horse for me
I
to
mean-
pull it off.
Technically, it's not a rare creature. It exists in my world. Hippocamps exist, the water horses. But if you want a crocodile, Montel, sure.
Well, it's more along the lines of they're the same size, which and a crocodile should be able to swim.
So that's going to be.
I've been
where-
hunting these
where
horses
you have
for
to make
months.
a ruling,
So
'cause it
you're
doesn't,
not- yeah.
it doesn't specify
Specify,
anything
yeah,
about
yeah.
flying speeds
Wait.
or.
So you want to go in the water around it while somebody else takes the path. Is that what you're doing? Is that your
Well,
plan?
we're trying to figure out how to get all of us across in the
Across.
shortest amount of time. If some of us can go in the water because we can both make Phantom Steeds, then that shortens the amount of people who have to get across by foot.
I wish
I
like a
can
horse
turn
is a
into
seahorse.
horse and carry somebody.
Yeah, but how
Not
are you
50%.
going to be able to
How
go
much like a
across
horse's
small
meat?
path?
We're
That's
done.
that's
As
where.
long as I'm single
Okay.
file, I should be able to fit.
Well, here's the thing. So, the
Grimson
What
here
type of
with
armor
just
do you wear?
smoke coming out of his
okay,
ears.
I'll tell.
Like this disadvantage.
I understand what you're
Okay.
trying to say now. Okay, yes.
I'm not concerned with stealth. That's fine.
Yes, if that's the case, because of Phantom Steed, the magic, I will say you can craft it to be a crocodile. I mean,
Cool.
it would be a large. You will be riding like a 20-foot crocodile.
Cool.
This is going to be a large thing.
Cool. Who wants to ride with me?
I have a deep fear for crocodiles.
Like you're basically, it's going to be like 2 people can ride this thing. This is going to be
Yeah.
a large crocodile.
How does the crocodile?
Yeah. So I'm going to spend the next minute to cast that as a ritual.
Okay.
So I would, but
It's
a
a 10
crocodile
minute.
took my hand.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine.
So at this point, you do. Hootie will let you know through Hootie's eyes. You can see that there is a path that those you can basically leapfrog the stones to cross this lower tide spot.
Okay. All right. I guess I will also cast Phantom Steed,
Okay.
and then
An alligator.
I will. So that's going to be 2 people.
That's
each.
4
That's
people.
4, so there's 3 people left, right?
Yes.
Got the last 3.
All right. I will cast Polymorph on Grim
Okay.
and turn him into
Wait, we're not going to talk about this.
turning him into a giant eagle to take the 2
This is
remaining
weird.
people. So everyone has a ride. He won't get there as quickly as we will.
Hey,
This is weird.
But
hey,
how-
now that you're a giant
Can I-
eagle, we can just go
How
straight with the
far,
magic rings we
like,
have to the
how
place
long
we
will
need to go.
I estimate to take with 60-foot fly speed?
The
Why
60-foot fly speed, you probably maybe 30 minutes to get there.
Oh Jesus! Okay, well that's not going to work.
It's still about like a good half mile.
Yeah, but polymorph doesn't last that long.
You can make a swimming creature. Can't you?
Oh yes, it is.
It's
There's
an hour,
Yeah,
yeah.
It's an hour.
Because I'm only
I don't know why I was
15.
thinking it was shorter. Yeah. So yeah, Grim's a giant eagle, and I'm riding a crimson
This
alligator.
is against my consent.
Crimson alligator.
This was against my consent.
All right, so
You can roll to resist.
I'm
16 wisdom.
I'm not expecting any of this.
I mean,
Wait,
it
wait,
takes-
I
it's
polymorph
taking
him. What the fuck? What the? 16 on the die. So he. The fuck was that?
We would have discussed it by the time.
No,
I
you
got
said
here.
you're polymorph. You
would you like to take a step back and say that you
No,
okay.
if it was discussed, he'll let it go.
All right, sorry. So Grim,
It's not
Consent is
just
key,
you're
everyone.
a giant eagle
Especially
now.
when it
No,
comes
I'm
to
not.
magic.
I'm good.
I'll jump on back with you.
all right. So Fenrir, you watch as your beloved half orc suddenly just morphs and sprouts feathers is now a giant eagle.
Yeah, giant green eagle with fangs.
No, little tusks.
Eagle fang karate.
Little touch.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Are we traveling close to each other? Is anyone going to be on the ground? Is anyone going to be on the ground?
This is the highest
I mean,
voice
I
Grim's
imagine
ever
we're
had.
going to be between ground and water as
Mhm.
we're going.
Because that's the best part about a crocodile. It can go on both.
You
So
can buy your
basically, I
ability.
can
Now-
cast,
Wait,
I can
wait,
cast,
wait.
Yeah.
pass without trace.
Okay.
While y'all are under that, you do not leave any tracks or signs that you pass through. So if we can get in without leaving any tracks or anything.
So we're just crocodile Jesus in this shit.
It's like that.
Walking on water.
It's like that lizard.
Yeah.
It's just like
Because that's the
not subtle at all.
That's like in my head. I imagine your crocodiles are about the
The
same
basilisk,
size
that's what
as
it
the lizard that Obi-Wan rides in Return of
Right.
Revenge of the Sith.
So
Yeah.
How much is that like a horse?
Like it's all rocky crags, so I don't know that leaving a track is something that we
Especially if
worry
the
about.
because over 2 hours the tide should start
But it's
coming back
close to
in.
the stealth.
2 or 3 hours.
Yeah.
So where?
But like, my
Here's the
concern is
thing.
more of when we get.
We're going to move faster than you because we're traveling at
Unless you come,
a
unless you
ridiculous
join
amount
one of
of
us.
speed.
That's the thing is what I'm meaning is when we get there, like get to the
Then,
island,
okay.
So
then cast it
Yes.
while we're all close together so that we're not leaving tracks so they don't know where to go out to find her.
I mean, if you want to do that, we can do that. That's fine.
Grim, take
I-
How long is he gonna be a fucking bird?
You gotta
An
get
hour.
An hour?
Yeah.
How long is it gonna take us to get where we're going?
Half an hour.
Where are we going?
There.
points towards smoke.
All right.
I'm sitting in front.
And then the plan is for us to go there,
And save his smoke.
and then what?
Save his smoke.
Right. That's what the whole point of us coming here. What's happening with this ship?
This ship's gonna leave us.
Captain-
It's just gonna leave us. It's just gonna leave us.
For now.
We'll figure it out when we get back.
I'm just needing to know.
How far are we from
Listen,
Lost?
We don't
You're-
know a lot.
No, I know you
You're
don't.
on
That's
the
why I'm
other side
asking
of
these
the
questions.
galaxy.
Okay.
You were.
All of your
weeks away.
pets can
Alright.
fucking fly. I'm trying to figure out what's happening with
Mine
my
can't.
You're about
Oh,
Leave
Mine
him alone.
can't.
Leave
days
him
from the
alone.
coast of Wildweir.
Right on
About
top of
4 days from the
On top
coast
of
of
what?
Seth, my
Stornapore.
dragon.
And from the very far distance, you can see that the
Donnie, you
peak-
want
the
to get
tips
on top
of
of
the,
on
the
top of
cloud
Seth?
mountains that reach out into the ocean.
Huh?
Okay.
What on?
All right.
He's gonna do it.
So you give us +10 to stealth.
Just
we don't
just
leave
strap him,
tracks.
like tie him down.
Where's mine?
Grim could
He's
just.
gonna throw up on the back of your drink.
Seb's not happy about it either.
That's fine.
I'm about to say, Grim, you're big enough. You can actually pick up Donnie and Seb in your talent. Like you are a.
Seb
you are a
is
huge-
highly offended.
You are a huge creature.
I mean, can't
However,
Seth can fly.
Slaughter, so he's going to
Can
allow it.
Grim, can you understand me? What a fucking weird thing! I just saw an eagle nod.
You can still talk to us
It's like
over the
this.
ring.
It's like head-
Actually, yeah, you keep your mental like
You're gonna understand you.
Oh, you're just talking.
because the way
No, he doesn't keep his mental stats.
He doesn't keep his mental.
No.
Oh, so no.
Oh
Okay.
shit!
That's wild shape.
Wild shell. Okay, wild shape. You keep your mental.
I'm
stats.
dumber.
But no, so you keep your same, your personality, your motivations, your alignment, that kind of stuff is the same. But your actual, like, you take on the true form of the bird.
All right.
You still recognize these as your friends and that kind of stuff.
Fantastic.
Alright, so
All right.
we're
So
Okay.
I'm ready.
Alright.
Oh,
So
what's going
who's
on?
riding with who?
I'm not ready.
I want to ride on Grim.
I'm in the front.
That's
You
fine.
have to sit in the back.
That's fine.
Sandra, it sounds like you're
I
with
wouldn't
me.
expect it any other way.
Can I just say, of all the ways I thought you guys were going to get to this island,
Crocodile horse was not one of them.
crocodile horses and a fucking flying Grim.
It's me. Were you really not expecting it?
I was expecting a giant praying mantis. That's just me.
All right.
Alright,
I like how I can make that argument and it
Hang on,
works.
what'd you say, Jordan?
before we leave, I want to pull the captain aside for a second.
All right.
I forgot to hand it off before we left, so I'm gonna hand her one of the sending stones and tell her once she gets it up, get away from the island until I tell her otherwise.
Okay. With that, yes. As soon as I get the ship airborne, I'll head for the coastline. It's only about a day. I can get there. How far off should I go? Should I still stay within the area? I can get above the cloud cover for a while. It's what should I do?
How long can you keep the ship in the area before you start running low on supplies or just the problems of running a ship like this by yourself?
I could give you at most a day, and that's pushing it.
12 hours?
Go as close as you can to keep within range that you can get to us fairly quickly, but somewhere where you're not having to waste your resource. If that makes sense.
The edge of the Cloudfine Mountains are about an hour away from here on our ship. It's not great, but I can land on a flat enough surface and keep the ship kind of hovering, and then I'll just wait for your signal. But it'll be
fine.
it'll be an hour of me getting to you once you send for me.
That'll be fine.
All right, I'll get to work fixing my vessel. Then you see her stop. She looks at the goes. They broke the wyvern. She just kind of crawls back in, starts repairing it.
Right there.
I like we're both
Floating.
sad about the same thing.
Oh my god, let's go get the wyvern and ride that across.
As you watch.
Let's go get the thing that
Oh,
you
what the fuck that was! Good thing I'm riding on Grim. The water is fucking terrifying. Alright, Grim.
So, with that, stealth rolls.
Oh boy, here we go.
And this is with pass
Are
without
the
trace?
passengers rolling or only the,
Only
Driver.
the beasties.
Can you, does everyone need to be in a range?
they
This
have to be within 30 feet of me?
this will so everyone's rolling.
Oh wait,
Do we have to remain within 30 feet of you?
Yes.
I was gonna say I could be with the other group if necessary. If we want to, if someone else wants to ride with you,
Double
I
that,
can because
double
I have
pass.
passed without a trace.
Yeah, let's do that because we're gonna get there. Because with movement and action, we're moving 200 feet around.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if we split the rangers apart,
What is
so
the?
that we
It
can
says
share that.
80 feet for a giant eagle.
I have to look it up.
I thought you said 60.
Yes.
Because if it's 80 feet, that's 80. That's your move. You're moving at 240 feet around, dashing and then basically double dashing.
Yeah.
What can you do?
The
that as a
eagles are
bonus
coming.
action?
I mean, flying, I would see, and I would see an eagle could, yes.
Eagle.
I had a rough night and I fucking hate the Eagles, man. Fucking Eagle.
Does the Phantom Steed go off of what my abilities are?
Yes.
I could go 300 feet in a turn.
Nice.
I could get there just, okay, cool, we're here. Hello.
Well, alright, cool.
But yeah, everyone is rolling a stealth check, and there is a group
Right.
DC.
So this is all with plus 10?
Eagle- Yes, it's 80 feet per round.
So if I'm
Or
gonna-
80 feet movement.
What is his dex, by the way? The eagle.
If I were
The
to
eagle sticks?
cast guidance or bless on anything, would that help, or is that just out of the question?
I don't need that.
Inspiration. Burn it. Motherfuck.
I like how everyone else is, I still don't think I have any inspiration.
It's a +3 dex, so let's see if
Wait,
it's
is bless a part of this?
No,
or
yeah,
just
you said it wouldn't, so.
Oh, okay. Oh my god. Funny thing is,
Well, I got a
I'm
24.
rolling a 2. That
I'll burn another meta magic.
Alright.
Rolling a 3, I have,
37.
Huh?
37, unless we
Giant
have two
crocodile?
without traces, which would be 47.
stats. Is that what
Yes,
we're
that's
doing?
what it
It's in the range of each other's
15,
movements.
yep. Turn up.
oh wait,
Is that
yeah,
gonna be a
because if
fail?
we're in 3,
It's a fail,
that's
I
a
can't
30
think about
for
the
me
odds.
for the
It is a group DC. I'll let you know at the end of it if you fail or not. Okay, so start with-
Okay,
So are we within the same range of each other?
Yeah, I'm gonna
For
say
the starting one?
you can keep
Oh,
within 30
okay,
feet.
so
We
do
have
I
both
pass
cast
without a
without
traces?
trace.
You can double that, yes.
All right, fantastic.
20 on your stealth roll.
Even better.
Did anybody roll a natural 1?
no!
Close.
Because that means you rolled a collective 140 just off the pass on the traces, and it was a DC of 50.
I rolled a 47 or 49 by myself.
I rolled 30
I had
on a
Oh,
3.
Captain's like, I just saw these
That
motherfuckers.
is-
Where'd they go?
So,
Putting and figuring out the math.
So I rolled a. So we're adding 2 plus 10.
adding
So
to
plus 20.
Okay, so that's going to be a 45 on a natural 20.
fitting on a natural 20, I'm going to say that you're like basically it's just your.
She forgot we existed.
Haggerty's like, you're full of shit. No one named Finnegan Tenderfoot ever existed in the living world.
So, I'll say that as you're kind of like, let's be honest, this was all your idea. This entire debacle was your idea. Finnegan.
No!
not.
The crocodile would have definitely been a famous idea.
So as the 70 just moving through, it's almost as if something is aligned with you, Finnegan Tenderfoot. Like you see as you're approaching a half orc going to to step out onto a raised area to look, suddenly turning around and stepping back into it. Luck is on your side right now. Within 30 feet of each other, the two alligators. Easy there, John Panette.
With your wings.
I don't want to judge him or I'll kick you off.
I'm on the other one. What are you?
I'm flying and kick you off.
The alligator's moving slowly through the water. The large giant eagle above it. Within 30 minutes, you all find yourself approaching a large, like rocky black sandbar underneath this cliff face. As your crocodiles pull up, Grim, as you land on it, everyone kind of disembarking. Finnegan, do you drop the polymorph at this point or keep it up?
Yeah, I'll drop it.
As Grim lands, kind of puffs up, then you return to your normal Grim size.
I was flying.
Having hollow bones is weird. Like, I'm so big, but I'm so light at the same time. It's fucking weird. It's like,
Everyone roll perception checks.
it was interesting. It was bad.
Is it good for familiars too, or just?
You can use familiars as well if you want, yeah. Put it this way: when you want the familiar is basically an extension of you. If you want to go, I want to send her out. Otherwise, this kind of goes off of yours.
Oh,
We got a 21.
I'll send her out.
21.
Okay.
That's better.
22 for me.
Oh, yeah, there's a 1.
DC of 16.
No.
Step build it.
Belt.
Me and Donnie.
Yep.
Felt.
Step build.
16 for him.
16.
So
Sornder?
did Smokey.
25.
25. So, if you beat the DC of 15, you'll notice that there is it looks like maybe a tidal cave that just kind of sits off to the side of the sandbar. You actually see the tide now fully at low ebb. The cave is maybe 8 feet tall, and as you can see that there looks to be like either a rope or some sort of like rudimentary rope ladder. It looks like this may be kind of like an area where they come to just like a getaway place. These orcs just come and do things here. But as you're looking in, you see that there is in fact a rope ladder leading up through this tidal cave.
So who wants to go up the precarious ladder first?
As you approach the ladder with the smell of waste and excrement, you're realizing what they do when they come down here.
Well,
And as the tide comes in, it just pulls it out to sea.
not the first time I've been in this sewer.
Alright, I'll start climbing up.
Okay, I'm not going to make any rolls. This ladder is, while old, mildewed, sticky, it is still useful.
It's all sticky. It's all sticky.
Stealth checks.
This pass without
Is it
trace.
still on?
It's still up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sweet. We have 2 people doing pass without trace right now.
Which is good.
Can I take a 10?
No, not for this.
Okay.
Damn, bro.
33.
38,
Mr.
35.
Scott, I first your dice.
36.
It's
6
plus 20?
plus 20.
18 on the
49.
19 plus 20?
39.
39.
33.
Thornton?
36.
Cool.
29.
You all don't exist in my game anymore. Good night.
That's how you win, Danny people.
You all come out of this, and you see that as you're coming out, it's an old stone well. It's kind of one side's been kind of cracked in. It's like this old well house. As you kind of move into it, looking out into the courtyard. There's not much here, but you see these rooms like large statues and columns. You see what look to be giant. As you see large bits of metal and ore being brought in, these large like blacksmith factories. You see off to the distance near the coastline another like large building, looks like maybe a shipyard or something. There are a total, from where you see this large outer courtyard where you're kind of on the edge of, you see there are a total of 8 orcs, and there's something else here. Well, are we roll perception checks, please? 18,
12.
16.
16,
25.
25,
10.
15.
And Soren said he got 25.
25. Okay. If you beat on its natural 20 stealth check, if you beat a total of a 20,
No.
in the vague parts of the shadows in this outer courtyard, you see something large and serpentine kind of moving. In the darkness, you see electricity crackling as this creature slowly pulls out, slides out of the shadows. Looks to have like 8 legs along its entire large serpentine body, draconic-like head, horns curved back. Roll me a wisdom saving throw against being frightened.
Wisdom's, hold on, looking at this, 16.
16, you're fine. You kind of, as a Bahir, just comes out of the shadows. You watch one of the orcs walk up to it, throw it a piece of some kind of meat, tearing into it. Rakara, you've seen these before.
What'd you say? What'd you say?
Just quietly.
That doesn't tell me what you saw.
It's a weird looking fucking thing. Dragon.
What that thing? I didn't see fuck all.
Exactly.
Those of you who beat the perception, you do see the Bahir slowly move out into the open, just kind of before it lowers itself down, moving almost like a centipede toward the well house you're currently sitting in. Watch as it creeps closer, getting to the window, moving closer, and then you feel it brush against the door. You hear something scream as a seagull that had landed here for a rest is now in its jaws, being torn to shreds.
Fuck the secrets. I'm getting the fuck
Before it
out
just kind of
today.
moves back off into the courtyard.
First Ricari killed one and then this thing.
So yeah. You can tell that the majority of the orcs have been called off for whatever the alarm was. So again, there are a total of 8 here and this Bahir.
Is there any way to sneak around them, or we gotta go through?
You're looking in an old temple complex. There is a large main building. It's about 80 feet from you. It is currently not being quote unquote guarded. There are orcs kind of milling about. You do see several large statues and rocks in the pathway. It is possible, but it'll be very difficult.
How far away you said?
About 60 feet. So about 80 feet on the 80 feet on the outside.
How close or how far away are the smokestacks that we saw?
One of the larger smokestacks looks to be where like from the main blacksmithing points is on the other side of this courtyard, so maybe 100 foot at the most.
Multiple legs.
You've got the one, there's the large dock shipwright area where there isn't one. There's another smokestack on the
These guys
very
use them as
back
dogs.
side of the temple compound as well, so that's probably a good half mile away.
They're not noise.
Anything that looks like it might be like a archaeologist dig area or something like that?
Not that you can tell out in this outer courtyard.
Okay.
I can just get up to it like a bit of a stabby thing.
No, you can.
Why not? I absolutely could. I just gotta get
Yes.
Yeah!
I'm going to speak out loud in normal voice because we have rings that can.
Yeah, you have your range, you can just kind of.
Yeah. So.
No, I'm still gonna do it for effect. Fuck you, Nathaniel.
Rokara,
By the way,
do these things hunt all based off of smell?
Would I know that?
Real quick, who beat a DC of 20 on their perception check while ago?
Imogen.
So,
Yep, sort of.
Kieran,
Eve.
at the base of one of these statues is a symbol that you haven't seen for some time. It's the symbol of the cult Chaos Rise. The piece coming down with the silver, the blackness, and the little triangle above it. And it's ancient, old. On that perception check, by beating it, you're pretty sure this is that main temple site. you have found the original place of Chaos Rise.
Gonna
Yeah, we kind of just
reiterate that to everybody.
the same symbol that is carved on the silver ring.
So, what's the plan? What are we doing? How do we pass those
So-
guys? We're fighting.
So back to my question. Do these things hunt based off of smell?
My friends.
What I know
I
how
started blasting.
the Faeterras hunt. He's asking to-
Roll me a nature check with advantage.
Start blasting.
As I'm going to pull up the lore on the Beheers.
No.
Would you roll?
It's gonna be like a 7. Do I have, nope, yep, 7.
Okay.
Does that thing add to anything?
We have to do what we have. What's that fucking? We can probably do that. What we have to do is.
Beheers hunt similar to that of like, I can't want to say this, similar to that of like a platypus. Because they're creatures of biological electricity, they actually sense that electric impulse that living creatures give off.
What's it called?
Platypus?
No.
So essentially they have blind sight.
Essentially, kind of, yeah.
A kind of blind sight.
Right here.
Yeah. But
I'm
yeah.
here. Bury them right here.
I'll relay that to our inquisitive person.
Just wearing a hat.
I mean, they still see, but kind of like a snake will taste the air. They can taste that electrical input, that electrical output of a living individual.
Because I have an idea. I just don't
The
know.
creepiest thing you
spell
see,
will
you
help.
watch this Behir suddenly stops, folds all 12 of its legs in, and then moves like a snake rapidly back into that little dark place it was hiding.
That's freaky looking. Okay, that's what that is.
Yeah.
I could distract it. Maybe.
Get it? Yes.
You think I'm gonna get eaten?
Alright guys, listen.
Yes.
This is a rescue mission first. So not only do we have to get in, we also have to get out.
Yeah, we're right. Not to mention we still have a bunch of them.
Right. That's
Yes, that's the rescue
That's
part.
the rescue.
So
Where
we need to-
do we know? Any idea where it should be?
Okay, so I have a stupid idea, and I'm going to need your help, Finnegan.
Guys, we're saved.
And for you to be willing to sacrifice Hootie.
What?
If this thing is hunting through electrical impulses, then our familiars can do that.
Can do what?
Can run. They can cause a distraction for us.
It's still okay. Don't think of electricity as like, think of it as the energy of life.
Okay.
And your familiars do put off a form of energy.
Got
Mhm.
to sacrifice Rudy.
So
of everyone here,
it'd be the two of us.
Hootie has to die.
So does Smoke.
You watch this Hootie on Finnegan's shoulder. He's kind of like takes a step behind his head.
Says snarls.
You're not touching that.
So let's just
It's an idea that's out there. It would be a way for us to be able to get through quick, with some help.
but we've been really good at sneaking right now.
Let's continue sneaking.
Let's continue doing that before
Is
we
Path
start
Without a Trace still up?
sacrificing
As far as
assets.
Is it
It's
still
for
up?
an hour.
As far as
Has it been an hour since we started?
30 minutes, about 5. So no, you still got about
Yeah.
25 minutes.
Let's
Keep us sneaking.
keep sneaking. And
Just
try
keep
to
sneaking.
Let's just-
Just keep sneaking.
All right,
Just
everyone-
keep sneaking.
everyone-
Keep sneaking.
whatever that was.
It's like,
Yeah. So whatever the nearest outcropping or
Everyone roll your stealth
what you call
checks.
it.
So stealth check. Yep.
Damn. I might have accidentally cursed you that way.
34.
Okay.
32.
34, 32, 37,
45.
45, 25.
41.
I can add stuff to it.
45.
If you roll
You're
really
good.
good.
So we're under
I rolled a 17.
Burning spring.
Somebody screen grab that.
Burning an inspiration.
The Bahir has the highest passive perception at 18, by the way.
It's fine. He's never gonna see us.
48.
Oh, natural one. Pass on the trace? Yes, you do.
Twice.
38.
Okay. So you would. I thought you would just would have been. Okay. Moving basically from large fallen statue, large stone, kind of waiting as a couple of orcs move past. Rakara at one point, the Bahir actually kind of slithering past the statue. You're right behind. You kind of. But you just slowly move your way. Now you step up into the onto that main temple. One of those large, like 30-foot statue haven't fallen down. You easily hide behind it. Wait for the orc to step off before you move into the main temple. As you move into the main temple, all around you are these ancient, multicolored mosaics, faded with time, but still legible and readable. It shows a history of the world. You see the arrival of the new gods. You see the rise of the primordial titans. You see the arrival of the usurpers, their binding. You see the final stand. You see the falling of the platinum star. And you see as almost this like large, like a symbol, this black symbol racing up to the star, breaking a piece of it off before being slammed down into this large piece of this large island. The symbol of Atrax. You know this at this point. It's been everywhere. The symbol of Atrax reaching up. Not the platinum star. Forgive me. As it flies up, you see that the symbol of the god Orion, the god of law and justice, intercedes, and suddenly you see Atrax falling, and a piece of a sword impaled through it as it falls. Also, roll me a history check, so you know what this is.
Oh, man, I'm so fucking good at history.
All dirt.
I'll do it. I'll get it.
Roll history checks.
Is that everybody?
If you want, everybody can roll history checks.
Fuck it, why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
No.
Two.
I have a 3.
Looking at this like I'm staring
I
at
know it.
calculus.
What'd you get?
20.
20. Not 20?
I got 18.
I know
18.
something.
Pretty
18.
much.
Rakara.
Oh, shit.
Rakara. This, in fact, does show the history of the Great Battle and the history of Chaos Rise. The item is literally is a piece of the sword of Orion, the god of law and justice, that actually pierced Atrax, and it was broken off into the demon or the Deva, and basically is what killed it. From which, as you're reading through this mosaic and understanding it, this is where he fell. This island, there's a crater underneath this temple that is the tomb of Atrax, which means that that piece of Orion's sword is beneath you.
Interesting.
Do you share that with the
I see why not.
Nathaniel? As you're staring at the mosaic, the piece of his weapon, the one who would imprison us, my servant, bring it to me. Nathaniel, that's not a request. Okay. From this entry hall, you hear the sound of movement further in. Orcish augurs being barked back and forth, and something else. You hear again hear the sound of a Bahir. There's another voice kind of barking orders. It's speaking Orcish, but the dialect, you can tell it's not its natural language. There's something else here. What would you like to do?
It's outside?
It's still further into the temple.
It's further into the
Yes.
temple.
Can we understand what it's saying, or is it too echoey?
What languages do y'all speak?
You want the whole list?
Well, me and Grim and
I speak
Karen
I speak Orcish. I also speak Orcish.
Okay, so you're okay. I'm sorry, I misunderstood what you were saying. Okay.
Like, only 3 people in this group don't.
Having another song over there.
All right, so you hear it. You hear the voice basically barking orders. All right, maggots. While they're out trying to find that damn sky ship, we're to make sure no one disturbs the work below. The gnome should finish very soon. Now, if anything gets by any of you and disturbs Eberron, I will feed you to the fallen one myself.
Should have burned the entrance down there.
Guys, we should ruin their shit.
You said that this person, since on that Orcish was his first language?
It doesn't sound like Orcish was his, like you can tell the it's a difficult language. It's not Orcish, it's not its first language.
Would any of us recognize this person?
Not just from the voice, no.
Well, I say we sneak past and
Yeah.
murder everybody in there, and then leave.
That sounds fine. That sounds good.
Sounds like the gnome is downstairs.
Do you
What
think
about
your mother
Finnegan's
would be
mother?
down?
Oh, we better hurt you.
The main crater. The crater is here.
What crater?
The crater.
Okay.
So, it's possible that she would be, If
I
this-
mean,
if-
she's most definitely here.
if this is the main crater, then she's here.
Yeah, I mean, that tracks.
Alright. Can we stealth and, is that what we're doing?
If you'd like, I need to read something real quick. Just give me a moment. Trying to look at the name of the spell.
Spells now, is it?
I cast wish.
Easy there, Cam.
I was gonna say.
Limit.
Beautiful. Okay.
Don't make me cry over here.
You can attempt to stealth through. Roll your stealth
Way
checks.
said that.
The way he said it says it may go bad, but hey,
Is
let's
that
do
what I
this.
traced up?
Oh,
It
no,
is.
that's what I'm doing.
You're at the tail end of it, though.
Stealth.
Stealth checks.
My glasses will be on at
36.
this point.
32.
41.
Okay. 41.
29.
29.
No, is it a 33
beautiful.
from Swordman?
Beautiful.
Yes.
Natural 20 for a total of 43.
And again, roll me a perception check.
These I'm not good at.
We only
Perception.
think we're stealthy. We're actually just sneaking out in the open. They're
That's a
just
4.
tearing at us like we were a bunch of
Who had the
idiots.
highest stealth roll? Or actually, who's leading? Who's leading the group? Let me ask that.
Who's the stuff is?
I have a +8.
Not me.
I have a +9.
I have a +7.
Yeah, one of
What have you?
3, I guess.
So one of you two.
Kieran.
We're all
Honestly-
joined together like the delightful
Honestly-
children from down the lane.
Yeah! Well, we all have to stay within
Wow. Take a point of inspiration for that reference. Jesus.
We all
wow,
have to stay
bravo.
within a group, so yeah.
Listen.
Okay, so-
Number one was my
Kieran.
hero growing up.
As you step across the door, the entryway into the main temple area, this main temple area. The alarm spell that was on the door goes off.
I didn't do it.
Instantly, 4 war orcs, a Bahir, and this large ogre mage turn and look at the 7 of you as we roll for initiative.
Guys, quiet. Quiet. They can't see us. I'm stealthy as fuck.
Look directly at the ogre mage.
So, Is there like a dark spot inside this temple by any chance?
Yeah, it's you.
Montel, the alarm spell says they know you were there.
Yes. But after
That
the
doesn't
alarm
mean they know
spell.
where we are.
Hang on. For a moment.
You're going to shadow step.
No. I'm just gonna step into the darkness and disappear.
Sleeping.
I don't want to die.
Enters the ward. I mean, you entered it. So they turned and looked at you. They see you.
Yes.
You're not invisible.
That's the thing, though. I'm looking for a dark spot to go invisible. I am a warlock. I am not a martial class. Ignore the rogue.
All right.
I'm gonna get learn that lesson as a bard.
What? To turn invisible?
No, you're not a mate like that.
So,
It took me time to learn it. That's the point.
someone will hand me the 2 barrier walls up there. Those small ones I use for corners, please. We'll go ahead. We'll set the.
Yeah, that's the entire thing. I'm asking
Alright.
because
That's
sure
design,
they
please.
know I'm here.
Oh, that's perfect.
So. Okay.
They know I'm here. That doesn't mean they need to know I'm still
All
here.
right.
Gonna walk out. It's like, yes, it is me and Nathaniel. Like,
All right.
My
so-
God.
All right. Let's say here. Here. All right.
Oh, yeah. Look at the triple tiles.
There is a door. What I'm saying, right? There is a looks like a staircase or a pathway back in here as well.
Do you need something there? Or
No, that little mark there will make it. Now,
We go in there and murder everyone.
Kieran, my boy Finnegan.
Oh boy.
He used their bow to try to protect Finnegan earlier, and therefore can't use it now.
Grim, Finriel, and
Oh, is that-
Severin.
That's good.
Finriel and Severin.
That'd be me.
Nathaniel. Well, I gotta get you in a miniature, dude.
Yeah.
look at your boy.
Rakara and oh, that's right. You have yours.
Look at what they did to my poor boy.
Oh, I did hear she is gonna as soon as she was finishing up the new ones, and you want to send them out to us again. So hopefully they'll be here within 6 days.
Sweet.
So right in time for next.
And Sorndrin. So where are you guys? So you came in from that side over there.
We're done.
Oh, Don. I'm sorry.
Who was in the lead?
One of these two.
Karen was in the lead.
Here,
Donnie.
in the front.
Okay. Because my
No,
answer is I'm always hiding
the
behind
edge of the
Grim.
wall there is basically where
Which
the
maybe means I'm hiding behind you as well. It's the Three Stooges effect.
Woo! Finnegan would have been third in line.
Do me a favor. Push that wall to right there. Move it back a little bit. Beautiful. Perfect. Yeah.
Amazing.
So yeah. Basically, I'm gonna see you all step through, and that's what caused the alarm to go off. So you're all here. All right.
So anyway, back to me looking at spells real quick.
Something we have not done in quite a while, folks.
Combat.
What, killed me?
Wait, do these guys have any items that they may want to sell us?
Kieran, your initiative has disadvantage.
What? For what reason? Give me
I
a
said
li-
so.
That's not a legitimate reason.
I'm the dungeon master.
Mine wouldn't change.
where do you want to be?
Uh,
Gosh, everyone's so crowded right now. Guys, I don't know if I
Yeah,
can
We have to stay within 30 feet of each other.
Yeah.
Well, y'all have to stay within 30 feet of both me and him.
yeah.
Hey, no, the best part is go invisible. 2 plus 10s. I'm not gonna be seen ever again.
All right.
Until they cast a spell.
Yeah.
Like
He
how-
remembers the cast Hunter's Mark.
Like
so,
Hunter's Mark.
Yeah, but it's still a plus 10 because you forget.
correct.
Yeah, I always remember.
You used it last combat, and I did it.
Yeah, I know.
Was I using my bonus action to command my pet? I didn't do that either.
All right.
So this being a light
So,
fucker, my bow's gonna be useless.
He has an extra bow.
I know. Oh, mine.
mage,
This is now.
My bow.
No, he has the one that you
I
were
thought it was yours.
Here.
It's like, it's his. Mine!
Oh,
I don't know.
That's a regular non-magical
We're
bow.
arguing
No,
and
I
agreeing.
got my.
he has a bow.
All right, folks.
I got my sword and stuff. I'm
Have
gonna
a
walk
nat
up to this
20
thing and
for a
shake it.
24?
You go right ahead.
I'm like, hello, buddy.
You go right ahead.
I'm like Drax and volume 2 and just jump into it. I'm like,
re-roll it.
Okay.
Forgot.
So
You get a 1?
I did. I rolled a fucking natural 1 on.
can you reroll for initiative?
Yep, because it's an ability check.
No, it's not.
It is. It's a dexterity.
Yes, it is. Because bards are able to add their proficiency to it.
You have disadvantage on if you have exhaustion.
Yeah.
Oh, don't say that to the DM.
it's like, yeah! Respectfully.
It's a little better.
A little better.
Change his note from kill Nathaniel to kill Finn.
Kill all the party.
TBK.
Just TBK.
Unlike Nathaniel's player, I DM for him on the
Ah, I'm sorry. I apologize. It's not a skill check. That's what it is. It is an ability check. Okay, forgive me. It's not a skill check.
I have no skill in my.
All right. So, Deadman. Finnegan. What's your Nathaniel? 10. Rakara.
13.
13. Grim.
16.
Fenriel.
Nat 20 for a 24.
4. Nathaniel.
Dirty 20.
20. Kieran.
14.
13.
14.
14.
Jeez Louise.
Thorndren.
My voice is just not.
17.
17. Okay.
17.
Well, it was 10, 13, 16.
Ogre, you got
Just
19.
19. One by three, going up by 3. Just had to fuck up the flow.
14. Now on a natural 20, then here,
What?
that a 20.
Of course it did.
Well, my natural
ass.
20 actually is higher than him, so.
I'm gonna
But of course,
solo
the
this
bigger it's
thing.
an
You guys handle the orcs.
I'm gonna find a quarter and just peace out.
Kill me! I missed that.
So, first off, so 24 is going to be Fenriel.
It's like a Thanos and Deadpool situation. They're trying to reach death.
Then, the Bahir.
That's why Kieran's so bitter about coming back. He was having like a good love life with Mistress Death.
It's like another.
Then, Nathaniel. Followed by Sorn. I have to change those names. It still says Montel and Elrond. Followed by Sorndrin.
Mine still say Kieran?
Does.
Joe.
And Grim.
Joe Mama.
I'm sorry, no.
Joe Mama thick.
Yeah, then Grim, then Kieran. Rakara Kieran, who has the higher dex?
Damn.
My dex is 20.
Alright, so Orcs, Kieran, Rakara.
That's not funny.
I'm fast as fuck.
Proceeds to trip.
Instead of fast, none.
And then because
That's not coordinated.
PCs take the tie, Finnegan, then the Ogre Mage.
Same shooting.
Alright,
Number up.
You! I want you!
Finriel, you're first.
You got this. I believe in you.
I am remembering to cast Hunter's Mark.
No! My plus 10!
I
You're
would
plus
run
10.
away.
I was over here like, I'm gonna hide.
Let me see here.
Bye.
What color is Hunter's Mark? By the way, folks, these amazing status markers, you can get them on Etsy from Links. Great product, I love these things. Hunter's Mark is that one. You'll kindly place it on the mark.
What do you want to mark
Going on.
That's a good question. Let's go with one of the orcs.
Which one?
Pick one for me. This one.
That's not how this works.
Spoopy. We'll do
This
that.
one?
Yes.
All right. Put the thing and put them inside it.
No!
Just like that.
No!
All right. Cool.
And
No,
then-
you cast Hunter's Mark.
It's marked.
The same one.
He's gonna have a fucking bad day.
Oh, Phil.
We are going to. We are going to attack.
All right.
Are you gonna cast Hunter's?
Who? You and the mouse in your pocket?
Yes.
We
We are going to attack the one with the we're going to use, I am going to use the sharpshooter. Does that have it in saying that? Well, I'm going to miss. That's going to be a 10.
A 10 will miss.
My second attack.
Sharpshooter?
I've been doing it like every time I just have the same natural. Is a natural 20.
Natural
modified 20 plus
20.
Kill it! Kill it now!
Okay.
Do it. Fire.
Fenriel. Say when.
Yes.
Oh, it's been so long.
Yes, sir.
It's been a while.
Make a strength check. DC of 12. That's a base of an 18. Alright, so they are not pinned, but they do take double damage.
Sweet.
26, 32. That's 32 piercing damage.
Is that with the double?
No, that is not double.
Then he's
so
dead.
64.
He did.
He did. Take him off the field.
We'll move that hunter's mark to the one behind him.
Alright.
Isn't that a bonus action?
That's a bonus. No, is it a bonus action?
I think if we could.
I know when it
bonus-
dies, you
a
can
bonus
move it.
action.
Yeah, you can do that, but I think you
But I
gotta
check
may
it.
just end up losing this.
It's a bonus action to cast and a bonus action to move it.
Which means I'll go ahead and look to see if I can move it next turn.
Alright.
Or if it just goes away.
On a subsequent turn.
Subsequent turn. Okay.
On subsequent turn.
I'm going to
I
roll
know
to
y'all
the side
seven
just in
and
case.
Thank you.
Remember, folks, rules lawyers aren't necessarily bad. It's when they start trying to lure themselves into an advantage.
I did the opposite. I give myself disadvantage.
Alright, so the
Coexisting.
one you notice the one in the back looks a little bit beefier. So
Come on.
with that,
Only a little bit.
it is the Behir's turn.
He's big.
Okay.
He looks like a cousin I have.
Alright.
Do we have a breath
Fuck,
attack?
your cousins
Oh,
look
we're in
like-
trouble.
That?
Spare.
That's my own fault.
So the Behir is going to move forward to right there.
Yeah.
Then I need Donnie, Grim, Finriel, and who's that? Sorndrin to make me dexterity saving throw.
Hey, look, you're gonna attack my little boy?
Now,
My baby? My baby boy?
I'm trying to remember
That is
how
fucking
Grimm's holy symbol works.
Okay.
Wasn't that an act?
It never got recharged. You never brought it back to me to recharge.
Well, all those days of
Donnie has a
us
7.
having days
So-
off, I guess, didn't work.
Donnie was a 7. Grim, dex save.
You should have advantage on
He's
Not when I'm raging. Not when I'm not
it.
raging.
I think you have advantage at all times.
Actually, yes.
Dexterity saving throws.
Barbarian thing.
Oh, yeah.
On advantage, you can see. You can see this, so you have advantage.
He's grim.
Oh wow, I still rolled terribly. Didn't matter. My grand total's a 9.
Failed. Donnie failed.
26.
26 is a pass. And Sorndrin?
Nat 20.
Okay.
Wanna
So-
share that with Donnie?
If you saved 33 points of lightning damage.
Oh no.
If you failed
Oh no.
66 points of lightning damage.
I'm still in triple digits.
What's the rules about dying?
Does that exceed double his total HP?
No.
Okay, then he is just at 0 in death saves.
Yeah, but like with total, like if he starts from.
And so if he's at full and he goes to 0 and then goes negative his full amount.
Okay. Well, he's at 55, so he's unconscious.
Yeah.
My boy, my baby boy. I just didn't know if like him getting hurt previously saved him.
Yeah. Basically, if they are put to a negative that is equal to their total max, that's equal to their max HP, it's instant death.
Okay.
So what is his current max? What is his max HP?
Max HP is 63.
63. Yeah. I didn't deal 129 points of damage to him. So yeah, but Donnie is unconscious.
Not a good boy.
Now, it takes one of its attacks to do that, and the second attack is going to be made at Kieran. It's going to be its bite attack.
Bring it, motherfucker.
It's trying to have a little snack.
17 to hit.
Oh, miss.
Missed. Okay. Roll a 7. Yeah. All right. That's its turn. Nathaniel. Yeah. Rakara, you remember these things?
Yeah.
They do a job.
Oh yeah.
Nathaniel, you're up.
Trying to figure out which thing I want to do.
Two saves.
I need to look up something real quick.
Yeah.
Just check us up. What's up?
Have we, since our last battle, had any kind of short rest?
No.
Yeah.
Yes. Actually, I'm gonna say the hour or so you took at like getting this stuff out. That I will give that as a short rest. Yes.
I'm just trying to know
Okay.
if I have my action search back.
Yeah. I will give that as a short rest.
So,
So go ahead.
bonus
and do it.
action hex.
Who you hexing?
I'm hexing this
Over
thing.
here.
Yeah.
All right. Give me a moment.
Here.
Pink is hexed.
Wherever
You will kind of put that on there, please. Just hanging on it.
on a scale. Yep.
That'll work. It is hexed.
Yep.
There you go.
I got him.
Okay. So,
Oh, hand me the other. Well, actually,
I'm
they're
holding
going to
it
mark
there.
again. So yeah. I'll tell you. You want me to give you
Uh,
one as
You
well?
probably should go ahead and give
Yeah.
another punish mark. That's really cool.
4 Eldritch Blast on it.
Okay.
So,
Anyway, I just started blasting.
26. That is a natural 1.
Okay. Maintain that one. Keep going.
13
Miss.
Blow right in his face.
and 10.
Miss. Okay. So let's get the natural one out of the way first.
Mm-hmm.
On Nathaniel, say when.
Win.
What's the pink thing on
Hex.
it? Oh.
So I do this.
Make me a spellcast, a DC 16 saving throw with your spellcasting ability. So roll straight D20 at your spellcasting.
Natural 20.
Cool. Had you failed, natural beasts with an intelligence of 8 or lower would have deemed you hostile for the next 6 days and would attack you as. So yeah, you're good.
You would have been the opposite of a Disney princess.
The name of that, by the name of that crit is Stay Away from Traveling Circuses. So you're fine.
They've already hated him.
Yeah, I was about to say.
So
I now have to double. See, this is why whenever I make spellcasters, I only choose like 3 spells and just never choose any more than 3. And 86. So that's 6 points of damage.
Okay.
And 4 of that is necrotic.
Okay. Anything else?
I cry
Sorted.
and then keep going.
You're up.
Okay, how far is the thing from me?
From
Okay.
you, 5, 10, about 30 feet.
I'm gonna get in its face, but try and get in a way that it's gonna like.
Currently, you are at the back of the pack. Is there a way for him to move through everyone?
Can't
Do you allow him
allies
to
move
move
through
through
allies'
allies'
spaces?
spaces?
It said it takes an additional 5 feet to do it, basically. Yeah, he has to just kind of move.
Was he at the very back?
Yeah, he's back here.
Yeah.
It does.
with 30 feet, you'd be able to get.
Cool. All right, you're good, Torgrim.
Donnie's not stopping him.
I feel like if he went diagonal, he only had to pass through mine.
All right, cool. So yeah, you're good, Torgrim. You're there.
Okay. Trying to think if that would be. No, it would be more worth just the regular attack instead of the charge.
All right,
So I'm just gonna take a swing.
make your swing.
That's 17 on the die plus
17 will hit. That is its AC.
25.
Hits.
Oh, that's okay. So that's gonna be. Where's my stuff I need? Sorry. It's 1 point of poison damage. Yeah. 5 points of piercing and 7 points of radiant.
All right. Anything else?
No, I don't want to bring Bonnie up right now. That'd be detrimental to him.
All right, Grim.
Alright. Expend a charge on the ring of stone.
Okay.
Add con modifier to my AC.
All right.
And a temporary number. And let's see. I'm gonna see if I can't get past Kieran. Actually, don't need to. Can just go diagonal. 5. 30 in the flanking.
Okay.
Rage.
All right.
And proceed to beat face.
Quick question.
Yes.
Which route did you take to reach? You stayed there. You didn't basically didn't move there, did you? You stayed this way.
Stay where? Where we
Stay-
You didn't
Did you
get within
say
5 feet of this.
That's yeah. Did you? My question is, you give them 5 feet of him to provoke an attack. So
let
you-
him swing.
Cool. He will take his swing.
Fight.
There's going to be a total
He gets
of.
disadvantage. I'm wearing cloak of displacement.
There you go.
One of us had to remember it eventually.
Say when. Grim.
When?
Drops his weapon. Must spend his action to pick it up.
Wow.
He's that ground.
Ah! Lay on.
And sure, let's frenzy.
All right.
This is a big thing. Let's kill it.
Swing.
27.
Hits.
27 points of damage.
Okay.
8 of that being force.
All right.
Next swing. That's going to be 22.
Hits.
Wow, that was not great. 13, 4 of that being force.
Okay.
And the last one. Thank goodness. That's 17.
17. All right.
17 to hit.
The hit hits, yes. Just barely hits.
Are you adding rage damage?
I've not been ready.
So 2, 4, adding additional 4 points of damage to that.
Well, additional 3
3?
first time I hit.
Gotcha. Okay, just had 2 more.
Yeah, I haven't gotten to +4 yet. 16, 3 of that being force plus 3, so 19.
19. Okay.
And there's that.
All right. Orc's turns. This orc is going to take his action to pick up his weapon.
What a loser!
And then bonus action rage.
Oh no.
This orc is going to 35 feet to move right there in front of Kieran. He's also going to rage.
All right, bitch, come on.
Reckless attack against you, sir.
Come on!
First attack. It's going to be a total of 22 to hit.
And succeeded.
Minimal damage, lovely.
Oh, wait a minute. No, it still hits, but I didn't realize the coterie is 14 plus my dex. My AC is now 19.
Cool.
Where's my fucking shield?
10 points of damage.
Okay.
Slashing, if it matters. Second attack. Really? 12 to hit.
No!
Okay.
I'm insulted, you ask.
All right, so big boy here. Gonna move to Grim.
You're really going to sneak up behind me like a bitch.
He's not going to rage. He's going to expend a superiority dice. Feigning attack. Actually, no. Let's go goading attack.
So go.
Disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
17's the high roll.
Miss.
No, it's the high roll.
High roll.
13 plus. We total 21 to hit.
Meets.
Meets it, it beats it.
Cast shield. Cast shield. Cast shield.
We have. I would like to point out, Grim is the tankiest
You have
person
an AC
here.
at 21?
Now that I've activated the Ring of Stone.
Damn.
Ring
Yeah,
of Stone.
you see the ring flash gray as like this, like his normally green skin takes on grayish.
Nice.
And as that comes in, you throw that bracer up, and much like in God of War, that
Beautiful.
so he's just
Bitch.
No.
second attack.
Keep your shield up.
But
Or
that's
ring your head like a bell.
That's daytime.
Oh, it stays.
Fuck!
That's daytime.
Fucking Jesus! Say when.
When?
So it's like 20 seconds?
It is now 26.
You did all this to yourself.
Momentum. Attack hits within 10. Oh god, that's the Bahir. Is a confirmed crit. Say when.
When?
Orc's gonna do our job for us.
Orc is trying to change sides mid-fight.
Fucking kidding me.
He's our hero!
You have +5.
Damn, okay.
Does he go
Yeah,
out as a
shield.
hero? His heart explodes.
No. Quadruple maximum damage.
Oh, fuck! Oh, fuck!
Con 15 saving throw. If failed, creature is decapitated.
Roll the other side.
Wait, other side.
He has got a +4
Move that.
to his
Move
con.
the wires, move the wires.
Actually, I'm gonna roll his dice. This green dice here. So it's a +4 to his con.
Oh, come on.
So if
This would be too hilarious.
if I roll under a 9, 8 or below, fucking Bahir is dead.
Oh, God. What is it?
It's kind of cock.
Yeah, let me see. We'll re-roll it then. I'll get a better dice.
It got caught between the that
Yeah,
and the.
because it was either a 2 or a natural 20.
Oh, God.
2 sounds good.
Here
2
we
sounds
go.
good.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Two. I like 2.
8. Fuck!
What a way to end it.
Your monster's not shit.
He didn't even make it a whole round.
Guys, I love that Moffat decided to include these crit cards.
So Grim, in this furious rage of missing that first like well-placed superior attack. This orc just throws the shield down. And just blind fury as the Bahir turns back to see you. As that sword meets its head and give me the damn miniature.
Move your hex.
Mike, I do that next turn.
Okay.
It's also a bonus action movement.
Do you get anything back?
No. I want to see something.
No,
so it takes it's a D6 to recharge its lightning. I want to see if it will recharge the lightning. 5 or a 6. Good. Okay. Unfortunately, folks, it is 10 o'clock. So,
Fortunately.
if someone will take a picture of what we have here, the setup, we will start off
Looks like
next
pinrails
time.
on it.
I mean, that's a hell of a way to pause combat.
Right.
God, Jesus Christ.
So, hey, guys, let's recruit this guy. He's pretty good.
Fuck.
Yeah, other than it should raise
changes
your
things.
Crit, by the way, it's called aim for the or present the neck. Present the neck's that.
That's what he did.
Yeah, it's one I
Yeah.
did on the,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That's hilarious.
Had to
Uh,
Why aren't you proficient in Constitution?
You did this to yourself.
By the way, it would have had. It would have actually had disadvantage on Constitution
Why?
because hex.
Why?
That's skill checks, not
Is it
Saving
skill
throws,
checks?
yeah.
yeah, that's skill check.
Well, folks,
Percy got nailed by that
Yeah.
every freaking time they were in combat.
you see, things can turn quickly in D&D. They at the very beginning they soaked up a massive amount of damage, and then hoisted on its own petard. Yeah. So wow, that that bravo, dude, Jesus, holy
Wow.
hell, we hit 460. We have 460 people right now. Thank you guys so
Hey, guys.
very, very much. So yeah.
Let's see.
We're about to end for the evening. We're pausing combat. We'll pick right up back in the midst of this next Sunday, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Again, thank you so much to Reaper, my sponsor. You guys are amazing. I love working with you. I know we got so much more coming. I can't tell anybody what it is. We got some cool stuff happening. Southern D&D, I've got my podcast up. By the way, as of right now, my episodes come out every Friday. That's going to change, though. Look for new episodes every Friday. Currently, I'll let you know when that switches around. I have a Patreon. I got more tiers of that coming. The Fleet Street Geeks, you guys.
Yeah, a bunch of updates are coming. Go check everything out on Fleet Street Geeks. My TikTok, you can see links to everything in the link tree. New episode tomorrow on The Last Unicorn. Starting next week, however, podcast will move to Tuesdays to make way for all the other videos coming on our YouTube.
Yes.
So to those of us who joined us on YouTube, thank you guys so very, very much. Thank you for your questions.
Thank you guys.
Hope to see you guys next week. This is going to be awesome. Ending the stream now on YouTube. And to all the people here on D&D TikTok, thank you guys so very, very much. My adventurers for following me. Hope you enjoyed this session. I love you guys so very, very much. Natural Ones, anything to say to them?
Drink your milk.
Never underestimated that one.
Never underestimated that one. Be good to each other and have grand bloody adventures. So with that, as we'll take you on a journey, say goodbye to them, guys.
Bye,
Bye,
everybody.
everybody.
Bye, guys.
That was a